Back to the Mystery Children podcast.
Hey, welcome. That was actually a really good, Bruce Bufferish intro.
I didn't know. Did it get the whole thing? Because I felt like it only got
like half of it. You want to say it again?
Okay, let's say it again.
Go.
Welcome to the Mystery Children podcast.
I didn't know if
with your host, Travion. Let's not say the last name.
And me, P, and you,
Steve.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Hey, guys.
Hey, chillin'.
Oh yeah, all right. So, what was the topic that you wanted to start off
Where
with
do we
this week?
start? Where do we start?
Good to see you guys, by the way.
Where do we start? I got
how's the week
that
going?
from Pharrell. Sorry for jacking you, Pharrell.
Pharrell's definitely listening. Go ahead. What?
How's the week going?
He will be.
It's going all right. The week's going well. I'm tired.
You haven't found bricks of gold or anything?
Hilarious. My daughter's teeth are coming. Top teeth are coming in.
I was just gonna say,
dude, she looks like Mater, the tow truck from Cars. They're all fucking huge and spaced out, dude. I'm like, we call her a little yokel teeth. I'm like, these are hilarious, dude. I can't wait till they come in fully.
I know you showed a photo of her with, it was the bottom teeth, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, her top teeth are in
Her
now
top
too,
are coming
and they're
in.
hilarious.
So she basically looks like a chipmunk.
They look like novelty teeth. No, they're like spaced out. And they're all big. It's so funny.
Novelty teeth.
Like
she has Beetlejuice from Howard Stern teeth.
Yeah.
That'd be terrible.
She looks like Mr. Wilson from fucking Dennis the Menace when he replaced him with chiclets. Everything's going good, man.
Nobody speaks about Dennis the Menace anymore. You don't hear about
Yeah,
him.
it's not a hot subject anymore.
Listen, I watched the old cartoon. I like the old cartoon.
Yeah,
I can
old
recite
cartoon.
the damn
the old
theme
cartoon
song.
was
Yeah,
classic,
Yeah, the old cartoon
man.
was classic. Yeah, but whenever they make something real life, it's like, meh. Thank God Walter Matthau was in that shit. He made that. He's a good salty old man.
It is a random curveball, but recently on another podcast, they were rating top TV dads. Who would be your top 3 TV fathers?
But what is the criteria that we're rating, like, as far as like a
Just
top
who
one?
the fuck do you think is
Like the sweetest dads?
They
or just
basically the guy was saying that he thought Cosby wasn't a top 3 TV dad.
I don't think so.
Really? How? Who?
I thought
Who
it
else?
Was. I thought it was. didn't
I
know
think
he
he's
was.
the one
Nah.
that you think about when you think about TV dads.
Nah.
To me, it's Cosby
Al
first.
Al Bundy was my number
Al
one.
Bundy.
Oh man, he hated his
Only
kids.
because he's
He's so
but
salty.
you know what? In the end, he loved the fuck out of his family.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
I'll give you
true.
that one. I would put Al Bundy first, but to me, second would be Bill Cosby.
If we're going for wholesome people, yeah. I mean,
Cosby was like a warm blanket, though, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
definitely a different style of father.
yeah, I was going for like the sweetie pie dad. It was a little bit goofy and funny.
Okay, but top 3, who would you go with your top 3? I'm gonna go with Bundy, Cosby,
Dan from Roseanne. He was a good. I don't know. Maybe the dad from Growing Pains was really nice.
Malcolm in the Middle, Dad.
Yeah, hell yeah, Bryan Cranston. Fuck yeah, he was great.
And what was the dad's name on Tool Time? And is it
Which one?
the father's name on Tool Time?
Tool time.
Tim Taylor.
Tim Taylor.
Tim
Yeah.
Taylor.
He
Okay,
loved
Tim
it.
Taylor's not bad.
You know what? A lot of good TV dads. I can't even rate them.
that's
There's
true.
a fucking lot.
Because
of them.
you know, there's not too many in real life.
Fucking
so
pick.
we had to,
Both of you fucking pick.
Oh, speaking of dads, just real quick, my mom texted me about my own dad, saying she texted a group text with me and my brother, can you guys please text your father regularly so he feels like you're in his life.
That sucks. He's feeling a little lonely. He's
You know what? My dad said he was talking shit about me for some behind my back to my brothers. So to me, I'm like,
Recently?
fuck you.
What was he
yeah.
saying? You don't reach out enough? Is that what the
Yeah,
gist of it was?
but only because not because I have my kid. It's because he was being a dick, and it's if that's how you really feel, A, say it to my face. And 2,
maybe by the
not
monkey
cool.
bars, Dad.
But wait,
Two, not cool.
So that was the problem, right? That he felt you weren't reaching out enough?
You know what? My dad's needy as fuck, though. So I mean, my dad's if he'll be the one to call you well, I guess I don't matter in your life. You know, if you don't fucking text me a few days, that's the kind of. So he ain't making the top fucking.
Well,
10,
he did sire you, so you know.
He sired me like a fucking dog.
Squirted you into existence, yeah.
That's true. Actually, I was telling Joopy that today. My daughter, I was like, God, my sperm came out, and look at you,
You got teeth and everything.
teeth and everything now. So
My sperm had teeth in it.
Came with teeth.
top dads, man. I like a lot of old all the late '80s, early '90s dads. They were all fucking really wholesome and nice.
George Jefferson.
I guess he was a dad.
But he wasn't a good dad.
They didn't primarily
What's Homeboy's name from
market him
the
as a dad. I
Honeymooners?
don't know.
That's like saying Sanford and
was
Son,
he
like
even a
he was
dad?
like dad of the year.
He was a dad.
He was a dad,
you
but he
didn't think
wasn't-
of him as a dad.
No, not
really. What about the dad from Step by Step?
Yes, that's another good dad.
Full House dad.
Oh, well, there you
House.
go.
There we
Bob
go.
Saget might win, actually,
Saget,
to be
you think
honest.
so?
Dude, he loved the fuck out of his
Yeah,
kids.
he was a good dad. He was a good
guess.
dad. I like that.
Carl
Got it,
Winslow.
dude.
Carl Winslow.
Yeah, I'll take Carl Winslow.
On the podcast, they rated Carl Winslow number 1. I was like, I
Nice.
don't know. I don't know if he's number 1 though.
Uncle Phil. He was.
Uncle Phil
That's
is
a damn
top
good
3.
one.
Yeah.
At
That's
least
a
in the
good one.
black community.
Yeah,
most
Uncle Phil's a
def.
good one. But the things that you're hearing right now, everybody, the audience, is the results of 80s kids.
Yeah, we're just
Yeah,
old.
it's
we
all
were
80s
when we were
kids.
raised by television. You know,
There's
we didn't have anything
there's-
else.
There's no new age dads, are there? Contemporary fathers on TV? Is that a thing?
There are. Phil Dunphy from
I was just about to
from
say
Modern
that.
Family.
Yeah, from Modern Family.
Yeah.
He's a fantastic.
But he ain't
goes-
got, he ain't
on,
got
though, man.
shit.
Listen,
on
if
the other
everyone was raised by a Phil Dunphy, we'd all be good people. That's all I know.
Yeah.
So, anyways, no, that's a good topic though, dude. I like the whole like showing good father figures on TV because say you didn't have a father like growing up and you saw like these fathers raising their kids, you're like, oh man, that's
kind of dad.
That's
I'm
a
gonna
dope
be.
dad. Yeah.
I want to be like that.
Hell yeah. Dude, I like your first topic you had up, the Banksy painting. That shit
Banksy
is like some
That
straight
is
up like
hilarious.
real artist
That's some really
shit.
cool
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. I love that.
So
shit.
do you
explain
want
it? Go
to?
for it.
No, do you want to give an overview? You give an
Okay,
overview.
well, yeah, like so, like
I
the
talk way too
Banksy's
much
latest
anyway.
painting was it his acrylic of the girl with the heart balloon, right? The
Yeah.
girl
Right,
with the
yeah.
balloon, and it was in a frame, and they were selling it at auction. I forget what
300,
auction
like-
house.
yeah.
And it was like I think it was like what you hear 2.1, but I thought it was
I saw 2
1.4.
point something million, or maybe it was 1.2. Maybe
So,
I
like,
had it. My
they were
dyslexia.
saying maybe the auction house was in on it because like the painting was plugged in.
Oh,
Yeah.
I definitely believe the
So it's
auction house was in
performance
on it.
piece.
Yeah, and then here's the funny thing, dude. Like, okay, so after
And it's only going to increase the value of the piece.
Well, this is the thing.
wouldn't touch it.
So the gavel hits, and then all of a sudden, everyone looks over, and the painting is like it's getting shredded through the bottom of the frame of this painting, and it's destroyed essentially.
yeah,
but
the idea of it
It
is
only went
amazing.
halfway, though.
the idea of
It's
it is
kind of destroyed, but it actually
fantastic.
looked really cool. That it's
Yeah. Well,
it's
they-
half framed.
Like you were saying too, like they were discussing like this is how crazy art is, and especially with like street art, is that like it's provocative, and then in its shredding of itself, the message of it,
Yeah.
they're saying it could possibly increase the value.
it's going to
Or
increase the value.
That's
I wouldn't
insane.
touch it at all. I would leave it
Yeah.
exactly as is.
Imagine you hang it up in your house though. You're like, this looks dumb.
maybe, unless you're
Yeah.
one of those avant-garde.
Well, it
new
was cool because
contemporary-
I think he built the shredder himself. It had like
It was
X-Acto
built
blades in it.
into the frame.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it was pretty rad. So that's pretty cool. What do you think about that? I don't know.
So it looks like it sold for
4, right?
1.4 million.
Oh,
Yeah.
1.4. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, that's a
it was
fucking
Sotheby's
ton of
auction
money
in London.
for a stencil.
But I like when
1.4 million. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I like how some people in the audience were laughing. Because they're like, of course.
And it was being sold amongst really, I guess, what people would consider high quality
Yeah.
artists and artwork.
Yeah, yeah.
And
But
this
you
was
know-
just a stencil, as you
How-
said. This is
How long was that piece of art hanging before it shredded, or was it a new piece?
It was a new piece.
Okay.
I don't think it
thought-
was it a new piece? I heard that I guess the frame that shredded it had been in that frame for quite a while.
Had it?
Yeah,
Okay.
from what
'Cause
I heard.
I saw a video of him building it, but I don't know what.
But I
the
think
time
he
frame
might have
was.
built it a while ago.
That's hilarious, dude. I think that's fucking
Oh,
hilarious.
so
The
it
next
says-
one that they do, they should sell the moment that gavel strikes. It should just burst into flames in the auction house.
Well, that's what I originally thought. I thought it blew up or some shit.
So he said he claimed he equipped the frame with the shredder in case the painting was ever sold.
See, so it was a while ago.
That's a cool ass concept, to be honest,
Yeah.
and hilarious because he's like
That's fucking 007 shit.
He's desperately trying to tell these like elite fucking people like my art is just for everyone. Like,
Yeah,
you guys
yeah,
have
yeah.
elevated it to this status,
But
and
I mean,
now I'm gonna take a shit on my own art. And then still, those people are like, "Oh, let's keep the dick in our mouths." Like, it's still fucking dope. Like,
But how did it end up in that context if he only wanted it to be received as street art or for the people?
say like, how do you mean like?
I mean, it was sold. at an art auction? How
Yeah,
did it get there if he wasn't? I mean, he has to okay that type of thing, right?
Yeah. No, he put it up for sale. I mean, fuck.
Well, it said that the assistant struggled to get the work off the wall to prevent any further damage. It's only shredded halfway because they stopped it from shredding. But
No, I just don't get why he would stand on the platform that is for the people and it's not to be sold, to the highest bidder.
to make a
If
statement,
he didn't want that to happen, why would he allow it to be part
I
of
think-
an art auction?
like,
I think that was it. Yeah, you're right.
just to make a statement. Like,
So he
you
wanted
wanna-
to make
you want to
it-
buy
okay.
this? Well, I'm gonna go ahead and shred
knew,
it.
Yeah, he knew people were going to buy the fucking
Yeah.
thing. I mean, and it's a dope piece of art. I mean, I thought it was cool.
And you know what? For me,
Some
it
Duchamp
looks-
shit. Some fucking,
Yeah.
It
For
really
me,
is.
it looks cooler.
You're right, it
halfway
really is.
shredded.
Yeah.
When it's like hang it on the wall, put it in a plexiglass box so that no elements can get to it, and just let it be what it is. Because now you're actually holding on to the statement and the action itself.
Yeah.
Which is added to that art, which is really cool.
Real good street artists have like a very, they have a cunning way with like the elite who view their art. You know what I mean? Like they know how to manipulate them into like do you remember the whole Mr. Brainwash thing?
Yeah.
I mean that goes to show you like just the power of what is it, like sensationalism, you know, and like you just put this shit out there, like blow it up, and then everyone's like, oh, this shit's dope.
It's really cool that street artists are being included in those type
It is
of
actually, yeah.
But I
those
mean, a lot
type
of that,
forms, you know?
Yeah.
A lot of stuff, even in fashion, that's starting to happen, right? So you got like
the Virgil
street-
Ablohs,
exactly,
and stuff like
streetwear.
that.
So
Yeah.
there's like a fine line that they dance, the edification of it and everything. So it's like things are changing. Even when like big fashion houses are starting to like collab with like street artists, that's a different thing, man. But
Yeah, because I think
shit sells.
I don't know if it's Gucci, but Dapper Dan has he's sponsored or backed by a huge company. It's either Gucci or Louis Vuitton, one of the two. They gave him his own, I want to say like his own storefront, like overseas somewhere.
Okay.
I don't know if everybody, but Dapper Dan was the original, like that dude from, I want to say he's Harlem, New York. But when Harlem, New York really became synonymous with style and culture and
What
that hip
era
hop
was that? Like 80s or 70s?
80s. It was 80s,
Okay.
probably.
I never heard of him.
Mid to late 80s. But Dapper Dan was that guy. He's the guy who would dress all of the local drug dealers. He was the guy who would outfit people like Kid and Play and Salt
Gotcha.
and Pepper,
Yeah.
and all of those type of people.
Yeah.
That's dope. When you say Dapper Dan, I think Dapper. I'm a Dapper Dan man.
I'm a Dapper Dan man. I think of Oh Brother We're Out Thou.
Yeah, I'm so glad. I might be the only person. You might be the only person besides me that loves that movie.
I love that movie. Yeah.
What's
But-
next, fella?
Oh yeah. Well, you have Facebook wants to put a camera in your house. I'm like, what is that about? I mean, don't they already have cameras in
Basically,
everyone's
Facebook.
house?
You've seen like Apple has a new. They have that new like was it like speaker?
they have a
You mean
speaker.
I don't know what
kinda
it's
like-
called.
like
it's called the
Google
Apple
Home?
Yeah, it's like a Google Home device,
Ugh,
but it's
God.
it's an Apple speaker. But they want to basically one up Apple and add a kind of video conference screen onto the speaker, and that video conference screen will always be listening and viewing
Yeah,
everything. in
it's the same thing as Alexa. It's the same
Right.
thing as
I keep my Alexa unplugged, man, just because like there's times where we're having a conversation
yeah.
and I don't even say her fucking name, and she's like, "I'm sorry, I didn't get that." I was like,
That's scary.
I wasn't fucking talking to you. That's why.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, wasn't there?
Even Apple speaker, it makes sonogram or some weird shit where it maps out its
Through-
surroundings.
Oh,
So
yeah,
it maps rooms.
Sonar,
So
like-
it's sonar or something or other. So it maps out your rooms, so it'll know where you're located in a room, or it
Well,
can
they
detect
already said that
human beings.
That's in your
a-
phone, isn't it?
in an environment.
Because your phone has it's like a gyroscope within your phone that like it. If you carry it around in your house, you're like mapping out your own house for
Yeah,
forever.
that
But
makes
I mean,
sense.
yeah,
That's
the last
fucking
thing with
crazy.
Alexa, what was that? It had recorded some people's conversation and like emailed it to some people that those people knew. So it's like if something's listening to you,
Damn, what
all
a
the-
fucking snitch.
yeah, dude, Alexa snitching on people, and that's scary, dude.
But
You can
shit,
be like,
this thing is recording possibly recording video. Imagine you
Yeah,
like
I'm good
smashing
on
your
that.
girl, and all of a sudden it's a Facebook post.
Yeah, not
You're
good,
like, what
man.
the fuck?
Yeah, dude.
Also, that's a setup. You know, a lot of this stuff set up for blackmail. If you want to be paranoid about it, you know what I
Yeah,
mean. If you,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
not that you're doing mad dirty, but like,
There's some things you want to keep private.
Facebook's destroying your relationship. Is you smashing another chick?
yeah,
It's
it's already destroyed. If you're
it's-
at that point, you're
It
really
sends a direct message to your wife.
It's trying to tear your life apart. No, that's scary though, dude. Like I mean, I'm not like someone who's paranoid either, but you shouldn't have a device in your house that's constantly listening to what you're saying.
It's weird.
I think that's largely going to be the problem is that these things are
videotaping
becoming such commonplace
Well, see-
that they won't arise your paranoia. And
Wait,
you'll just
well,
be like,
that's-
well, who cares?
It will
you know?
always arouse my paranoia.
But a couple of years ago, I was telling my girl that I was like, at some point in time in our lives, every single home will have a camera in it.
Yeah.
And she's like, it won't. And I go, it will, because they'll put it as, oh, it's security.
Not for
protect
me.
yourself.
Not for me.
Or there's a convenience attached to it. You know, you can do this or you can do that with it. And it's a feature. It's an appliance. It's not really security watching you. I'm not saying that they're watching us, but the thing is that like there will be a camera in every home, and it's essentially there is on your phone, right?
Yeah, on your phone,
They
exactly.
don't
But,
have
like,
to be
there'll be one
watching, but
mounted.
if they have the capability to watch,
They will
That's strange in itself.
Well,
you know?
because they already proved it to be true that the
Yeah.
what was it, the NSA?
NSA, yeah.
Yeah, with the recent-
was tapping into people's
Oh no, I thought you were talking about the cell
videos
phone.
on their laptops. I mean, can you imagine how scary that is? Like you're just like chilling, and all of a sudden you see the little green light come
Well, I
up.
was gonna say
that's
that-
to me
that-
is, like,
Steve has always told a
chilling.
story where
that
he
happened
felt
to me.
that happened.
I was
I don't
sitting
like
there
that.
and I was like on the computer, and all of a sudden the green light popped on, and I got that cold feeling, and I was like, okay, and I just tried to play it off like I didn't see it, and I just closed that shit. You know, I was like, no thanks,
Hey,
man.
I got a piece of tape on mine. I
Tape
always
on it,
have.
man.
Yeah, there's
When
a
the
lot
F-
of people
when
who
the
say
guy-
that's the good way to go. Is
Was
just
it
put a
with
piece of
the
tape over.
FBI or the CIA, the guy that interviewed me was like, I put tape over your cameras.
At some time, I bet you, in some point in the future, they'll be like, they'll send you a message like you need to remove that from your.
You're right. That will happen.
Right? Don't
Because
you see that ever?
yeah, or features will be disabled. Right.
Something, yeah.
Well, remember, I just recently sent you an Instagram post from one of the heads of security or something, heads of security operations, and he was saying that with the recent, what they had like the little alarm system. You know, they sent the little cellular alarm system,
Yeah.
and it was across, and everybody received it. You got to think, I'm not on the same carrier as Steve.
Well,
Oh yeah, the
I know
last
some
one.
I'm not on
that
the same
didn't get it.
carrier as P.
Right. But I know some people.
But
didn't
mostly
get it, though.
everybody that I spoke to received.
I received it.
That message.
the presidential one, right?
Yeah,
Like,
the little presidential, and that's scary in itself because you know that head of operations was saying that shows you that in one fell swoop, you know, the government can access all of your cellular devices at one specific time, and if they can access the cellular devices, then they can also turn on and turn off cameras. They can
Right.
turn on the speaker system. Some scary shit.
Like,
man.
that's why I'm keeping it like caveman as possible. Like I don't have fucking like any kind of alarm system. I don't have any kind of like video cameras going in. Like I don't have a baby monitor. One, my house is too small. I don't need a fucking baby monitor. I can hear my baby down the hallway when she's crying. And I have an alarm system. It's called a dog.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know. Like that's like I think my wife was asking me the other like, you know, about like an alarm system or some kind of thing like that. I'm like, look, the dog is the alarm system. Because the dog, my dog alerts me anytime anyone gets even near my house because he'll start growling and he'll go up onto the window. So if I hear him start barking, then I get the bat and I tell the wife, load the gun because I'm gonna head out there because that's all it needs to fucking happen.
You have a pretty chill neighborhood. Is it going to shit? Is that why she would ask about?
No, I think it's just like, it's when you have a kid, you get a little
You get extra, protective.
extra protective about things, you know. And for me, that's enough. I'm like Will Smith, dude, and fucking I Am Legend. I just need my fucking dog, and that's all I need.
I just need a dog. Fuck that baby.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, here's my extra things. I put sticks in the fucking windows. Like
That's old school, but that's the way to do it,
It's old
right?
school, but guess what? That's dope because when you put a dowel in that window, you can't fucking open it.
You can't open it. Yeah.
So I keep it old school, man. Like, and I don't foresee it biting me in the ass, to be honest. But
So Facebook, be careful with your cameras.
Facebook is already fucking up.
Don't
It's
watch
run by
me
that
fucking or
goddamn son of
masturbating.
data, fucking Android ass, fucking Mark Zuckerberg. Yeah.
Let's go to you. So you said Columbus Day, Indigenous Peoples Day.
Yeah.
Oh well, you know what? It's funny that you were talking about like you didn't want to talk about race too much.
Fuck Columbus.
Yeah, fuck Columbus. By the way,
Yeah.
I have that collection of values books. You know that like it's like a whole it's from the 70s. Every book is based on a value, and it's based on a historical person in a person in history who did something, like Thomas Edison. Like Marie Curie, I forget what her name was, but one of them was Christopher Columbus, and like I read the story in it, and I was like, it was just complete bullshit.
All that bullshit. Learned, yeah.
And I let Juppie tear that shit to shreds. I let her fucking destroy that thing, and I threw it in the fucking trash.
I had a conversation because Columbus Day was Monday, right?
Yes.
I had a conversation with a lady, and she was like, "Happy Columbus Day." I was like, I looked at her. I was like, "You know, Columbus wasn't a great person, right?"
Yeah.
She was like, "Yeah, I know. I was just trying to make conversation." It was really
It's fucked up. She was like, I'm just trying to be nice.
She was like, "Yeah, I was just trying to make conversation." She pointed out that she recently had a conversation with her niece or something along those lines, and she said that they're now starting to teach in the schools that Columbus wasn't a great guy, you know, and that's totally opposite of what they taught me when I was in school. When I was in school, he was the fucking founder of American soil. He was this great explorer, adventurer, and people know that now to be half truth. He is all of those things. If you want to be technical, but there's much more to this guy.
And he wasn't even a great explorer. Like as far as like navigator, he didn't even land where the fuck he thought he was going to land.
Yeah, he might not have.
He was way off. He was trying to go to India, and he landed in Central America.
He might not have been a great explorer in that way.
Yeah.
But he had the balls to get on a fucking boat when nobody knew what the fuck was going on.
That's true, because if you sailed out and
they still thought the world was flat at that point, right? So he didn't know what the fuck was going to happen.
Yeah. So I mean, I think as far as LA is concerned, LA County has they had written up something where they nixed the Columbus Day, like the official name for it, and it's now Indigenous Peoples Day, which is dope because that includes everyone. Like if you're of any indigenous blood, like that's our day.
But that would be was it Native American?
Anyone who's in the Native Americas. So like I'm part Native American. The South American. That's where like my ancestors came Bering Strait, went all the way down through Central America, down to South America. So that's where my indigenous peoples things come from. Like I'm super mixed up. Like I don't really, I don't identify with that thing. But one thing I do know is that I root for the people who are here first. Like the more I kind of get into that topic, I get kind of angry about it. I get sad, but then I get angry too because I'm like, imagine what that was like for those people. Like they uprooted them out of their whole lifestyle and like banned them from exercising their language, their spiritual religions, whatever that might be, their way of life, and they basically...
You feel the same sorrow for black people? Because that's pretty much what they did.
I feel like that for any... I feel like... Yeah. But I mean, just as far as... I mean, that's an obvious one. Mm-hmm. That's an obvious one. Like, if you're not outraged by fucking slavery, like, you're an idiot.
I actually think it was worse for native folks.
It was because, like...
they're not around.
They're not around, yes.
They're not around anymore.
I think
it was that bad.
Before. When was the last time you saw a Native American walking around?
They're not even around anymore.
Nope.
Fuck.
They said, no, you can't have shit. They lied to them. They took everything. Imagine that. Like, that would be like if someone walked into your house that you own and I'm like, this shit's ours now.
They did Native American folks so bad that they gave them reservations, and Native Americans were just like, we're just going to stay on the reservation.
We're just going to stay here.
We don't give a fuck about y'all anymore.
And then we
don't trust y'all. We don't trust the world at large outside of this.
They gave them alcohol. They did the same thing. Like they gave them alcohol like they gave the black community crack.
Yeah, tough.
Like, here, go fuck yourselves over. And those indigenous people, they couldn't handle the alcohol, and so it became an addiction.
Wow.
And they just fucking tore them apart. And now when was the last time you saw a fucking Native American walking around?
It's tough, man.
It's tough. So I'm glad we're getting that day back. To be honest, it's a beautiful celebration of the people who are here before anyone else. And it's the ideals that those Native people held are like the most beautiful way of living. Well, we can never go back to those, obviously, but it's the way that they saw the world is like kind of the transformative way that people are trying to get back to now, you know?
Yeah.
So anyways, I appreciate that. That's dope.
I mean,
Happy
they
Indigenous
saw
Peoples Day.
they saw the original Spanish as gods, right? As living gods,
because they
didn't
had never seen
And
horses.
That's what was largely used against them, right?
Yeah. They had never seen gold, and the Spanish duped them just like the first fucking settlers duped those Native Americans there. They're like, yeah, sure, you know, well,
Boats floating across waters onto your shore. Can you imagine never laying your eyes on a boat and seeing it float up onto your land? Like, holy shit.
you couldn't fathom it. It would be like us seeing Godzilla rise out of the water. It would be something that fantastic.
You know what's crazy is that I was just curious to see who was the first to discover America, right? So it says that we know that Columbus was among the last explorers to reach the Americas, not the first. 500 years before Columbus, a daring band of Vikings led by Leif Erikson set foot in North America and established a settlement. 500 years before.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Before.
That's crazy.
I think people are getting...
who the fuck is that guy?
Yeah.
Nobody speaks about that guy at all.
Holy shit.
I don't get, and also too, like on his way to the Americas, I mean, God, the path of destruction, like absolute horrific, like deplorable destruction of people, like treating people like they're fucking dogs.
I don't know how true this is, but I actually heard that, like what's now Jamaica, and you associate Jamaica with black folks straight up. You know, I heard that originally a lot of that was traversed by Columbus and his people, and that was all Native Americans as well. Who pretty much got wiped out of that region. And now you would never associate Jamaica or the Caribbean with Native Americans. But I heard they were all there as well, and they were just basically slaughtered and massacred, and then slave export then populated those regions with black slaves who now become, Caribbean
so like that. So then when you hear
heritage.
These fucking like these white politicians nowadays like talk about immigrants, like bitch, you guys came here
Everyone
way
is
after.
immigrants.
Yeah, you're all fucking immigrants.
Everyone is immigrants.
Everyone here is immigrants. The only exception is the damn people who are stuck out in the Midwest on those fucking sad ass reservations. So, anyways,
so shout out to all indigenous folks.
We still love you. Like I love you.
We do.
Yeah.
Except for Steve.
Yeah, except for me.
Steve hates indigenous folks.
Don't get me started on those Cherokees.
You know the thing that they always do. No idea.
So
it's been a bunch of heady topics. So let's go to UFC 229.
Word up! If you guys are into MMA,
I mean, you guys have heard.
You are both appalled at UFC 229, or you're delighted by it.
Yeah. So
go ahead, Steve. Tell us what you saw.
Hey. So we were all going for Khabib. I like how where we were at, everyone was going for McGregor. We were a band of three cheering on Khabib. Yeah. And
there were some claps in the crowd.
There were some,
a smattering of
claps in the
smattering
100 yards away. But like, come on, we knew what was going to happen.
Yeah, everybody was going for Conor.
It was crazy. And then I was like, oh, we're definitely going to have to throw down because people are going to start talking shit. But the great thing was everyone was cool there.
Everyone was real cool.
It was awesome. I was like, oh, shit. So
even Drake was going for Conor.
Yeah, what happened, man? Drake, what happened? Just because
everyone can be a winner.
Oh, man. Nope. Holy shit. But, so he ended up getting the belt, right?
Khabib got the belt.
Yeah,
got the belt.
And they're not going to strip him of it, which is awesome.
He's gonna pay some heavy fines. I heard he made $2 million, but after all those NSAC fines,
vary between the $2 million, the camp, paying for the camp, probably paying all of his whole team and all of that thing.
Okay,
he's not going to come out with very little. I mean, taxes in itself. Like if you're looking at $2 million, that's almost half, right?
Yeah.
In tax. And
so walk away with like five hundo.
Maybe 500,000.
Maybe. Yeah, if he's lucky.
What happened is McGregor got mauled for 3 rounds and then got a sweet neck crank put on him, and then Khabib won. He was outraged at some team members who had said some shit about whatever.
Have you read any
and then he jumped the fence and he flying fucking kicked this dude out of the gate, and there was a big ass. Actually, I want to say melee,
brawl.
But it's Malay.
It was a brawl, melee.
Yeah.
I mean, out by the nacho stand, people were getting laid out.
People were fighting. So anyways, there was this huge thing.
Did you see any of the the Instagram post after where it was fans fighting each
Oh
other?
yeah, that one Irish dude gets
McGregor
fucking
fans would get
starched.
smashed.
They were getting starched.
Oh, holy
Ooh,
shit!
that dude got laid out.
The guy. It was funny because the guy knocked some
lost
shit out.
twice.
He knocked some shit out of this guy's hand, like just some random guy. And I felt like that guy knew he was like, I'm gonna fucking kill this guy. And then he knocked that guy out. And it was
Damn.
Yeah, I saw a dude with a McGregor or an Irish flag on.
Bad news.
Get worked.
Damn.
Get worked. Holy
You know what?
shit.
Hey, it's Connor's gonna be okay. I mean, Conor McGregor's gonna be fine.
I'm not gonna lie. His
What do you think
post-
is next for Conor?
Well, his post was saying he's like, it was a great fight.
great knock, yeah.
I hope Tony Ferguson fights him.
Well, what do you think Conor should do next?
Damn, I don't know.
Should he get an immediate rematch? Should
No.
he be angling for that? Because that's what he's angling for.
Let me ask, why do you think they're giving him a rematch?
Oh, because of the money and the boost.
Yeah.
The boost from that brawl.
Because he lost, right? That's why they're giving him a rematch.
Because he lost, for sure. I mean, that's a...
I don't see him. I see him fighting Khabib 10 times. How many times do you think he'd win? Once?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Right? It's a stylistic nightmare for him. The actual first wrestler who could really put
Dude, he
a
got
fucking...
dropped.
Yeah, and he got fucking
He got dropped on the feet. Who thought that was going to happen?
Yeah.
Well, he telegraphed that shoot in so many times. He wasn't expecting that overhand right.
Yeah.
But then I will be fair in saying, there was an assessment by a lot of fans of MMA and practitioners that he just didn't look his normal self, and it did seem like his timing was off a bit.
Well, it was
3 years.
I thought it was 2, but yeah, it's years of layoff.
When you're out for years and then you start coming with that hot shit talking, man, I don't know.
You can't walk in there
You
like
can't walk in there like you've been doing it every
But I mean,
day.
what is he going to do? He's tied into that at this point. He's akin to being Hulk Hogan. You can't come across Hulk Hogan and him not be Hulk Hogan. You'll be like,
Well, the thing is like I always went for McGregor, but this time I was like, I can't do it, man. You're way too disrespectful.
I think he fell in love with his
was being
persona
really
too much.
disrespectful.
Yeah, he believed in his own hype way too much. Maybe. I don't know. I would step in the.
I mean,
octagon with him,
that's
but-
part of what it is to be those people, right? You got to believe your own
you
hype.
have to, yeah.
You have to, yeah. You got to have that mentality if you're stepping into that place.
There was a great assessment by someone who was speaking about how Khabib and his team went about dealing with the brawl. They were like, that shit was Brooklyn style. And it was really Brooklyn style.
was.
You get his attention over in this area, and then I'm just going to run in the cage and whoop this dude's ass.
dude,
And
the
that's
red
exactly, it's some street shit. It was straight street tactics.
Yeah.
Though, I don't know if you got a chance to look at the replay. Conor actually threw the first punch on, he swiped at one of
Hey, popped him in the eye.
Khabib's people.
Yeah.
So when Khabib jumped over the cage and jumped into the crowd, one of his handlers or one of his coaches,
It's like one of his cornermen, yeah.
one of his cornermen jumped on the cage. He tried to jump out of the cage after him, but he was sitting on top of the cage. Once Conor saw him sitting on top of the cage, he went to jump out of the cage as well, I'm guessing to help his team. And when he saw Khabib's cornerman on top of the cage, he threw a punch at Khabib's cornerman.
I see.
Then Khabib's cornerman threw a punch at him. Once another person,
The second one jumped in right behind him.
That's when he jumped in and started just throwing
Yeah,
dolos, at Conor.
yeah.
So it might still be on Conor when it comes down to it, because I know recently they were saying that there were some things that were going to be levied against him as well. If everything goes to trial or if they go
even
in front
Rogan,
of the commission.
Even Rogan was saying that Conor was fighting dirty.
Oh, he
Holding
was.
the shorts.
He was holding
doing
shorts,
all
holding
the
gloves.
other shit. Yeah. Yeah, man, it's crazy.
He was elbowing in the back of the head. I mean, he
was elbowing straight in the back of the head.
Yeah, we saw that during the fight.
Come
We're
on,
like,
man. But the other thing that maybe surprised me, I don't know. Did you guys see the interview with Putin and Khabib?
No.
Recent?
They met up, and then Putin was talking to him and said, "Hey, you won. That's great." But I think he was kind of scolding him a little bit about the charge, about charging the crowd. He's like, "We never do that, but if they charge us, then there'll be hell to pay."
Yeah.
Sort of thing. But
yeah.
you're saying, but we're a family, and you can't disrespect yourself or your people in that way.
Yeah.
By doing what you did, in so many words.
I wonder if he gave him like a free bear or something. Here's your winnings.
But it was interesting though the way
the way the psychology
Yeah,
of,
but-
and it varies because I've noticed a lot of people in America have been like, yeah, you handle that shit like a true fucking gangster.
Yeah.
And I feel that way.
Yeah.
Looking at it, I feel like there was nothing wrong.
If you
I felt
search-
like he shut his mouth. I felt like he shut his mouth. He allowed the big mouth to speak about his family, to speak about his culture, to speak about his religion,
Yeah.
and he shut
It
the
all
fuck up.
came out,
When they
right.
got in the cage,
Yeah.
he handled his business there, and then afterwards he let it be known
He got
that
emotional
just
on that
in
shit.
case that wasn't enough of an ass whooping, I'm gonna let you know next time
Yeah.
if we ever do this again, you better shut the fuck up about all of these other disrespectful things.
Right, I have nothing
You
to
know?
do with you. Yeah.
That's America thug shit.
Yeah.
I would see it that way, but I also could see how someone like Putin, who seems to have, they deal with things like the mafia.
Yeah.
Nothing is overt. They
Right.
basically tell you once, stop,
And then that's it. After
that's
that,
it, and then you end up dead. You know, so
dead, yeah.
I understand that way of thinking about things. That's bullshit. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Man,
Well-
that was crazy though, man.
Yeah.
It was exciting.
It was exciting to
But
watch.
I heard, I mean, you guys probably heard this too, that there could be a chance that Khabib is just going to retire.
What?
Brandon Shaw was speaking
Right?
about that,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
And
He could.
maybe. What, 27-0, right?
He's 27.
Dude, that's an incredible record.
I don't think he's going to retire, but who does he beat after this fight? Who does he beat that makes him any more relevant? The only other person would be someone like a GSP.
GSP, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
If he manages to beat GSP, there's nothing more for him to prove. Then you get to the point where you just start feeding new talent to him until he gets old enough that the new talent beats him.
Right.
You know?
I mean, the only reason why I can see him doing it again is like if they're like, okay, now we're going to offer you like, I don't know, $6 million.
Life-changing money.
6
Where
mil,
it's just-
you know, then you walk away with 3, you know, whatever. But at this point, he's like, I won.
I'm pretty sure it's life changing already. I mean,
It for sure is.
I mean, I don't know what
Well,
the
in
I don't,
Dagestan, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I was gonna
yes.
say I don't know what the conversion to rubles is, but I'm sure it's a lot.
Have you? Did you guys see the footage of when they're celebrating in the streets?
Oh well, no, I didn't. I didn't see that. No.
They're like on a truck that's carrying bricks, and everyone's like, oh,
Yeah,
going crazy, dude. It's like,
I believe it. I believe it. I saw some dudes in like Dagestani the hats, and they
everyone
were,
had
like,
that.
Kalashnikovs
It was
and shit.
confusing me. I didn't know. I was like, is that Khabib?
Yeah.
Is that Khabib? Wait a minute. Everyone's got these hats.
They all got the same haircut,
You know
the
what I
same
thought
beards.
was fairly interesting is that one of the first things Khabib mentioned during the post-fight conference is
Yeah.
my dad is going to crush me for this. And I was thinking, your dad probably can't physically do shit to you. And that is a psychological difference between
Yeah.
Americans and
Exactly.
Dagestani, is that if my dad came to me and said, and tried to chastise me as a UFC fighter, I'd probably be like, okay, there's a level to which you're gonna chastise me. If you put your hands on me, I'm probably gonna fuck you up, Dad. You know, but he
Yeah.
most likely would never touch his
Yeah.
father in that way because they're raised that nothing is above
Right.
the parental structure
Right.
ever. There's nothing. I wouldn't be surprised if he lets Dad slap him in the face repeatedly, and he just took
His
the
dad
shit.
would probably smack him once and then like kiss him and shit like that.
Yeah.
That seems like the
But
kind of
I'm
dad
just
he would
saying,
be.
in that situation.
Yeah. I mean, it's different. It's different culturally.
Your dad could only go so far before
Yeah.
you double leg him and start
Yeah.
beating the shit out of him, right?
Yeah, I don't think my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad's not that.
I don't
guy.
know if he'd ever do that to his dad. You know?
Yeah, I don't see that. Even in the Putin, his dad's with him
Yeah.
in
Oh,
the
wow.
interview, and he's like, "I'm sure your father told you this as well. We don't do things like that."
Yeah.
Stuff like, and I was like, and his dad's like, you know, but damn, because of his son, they're sitting in Putin's office.
That's pretty dope. Yeah.
Which is
Yeah,
crazy,
man.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But also because of his dad, maybe also, you know what I mean? Like maybe.
Well, it's largely because of his dad. His dad introduced him. His dad was the whole reason because I believe he has a brother who's pretty thug too.
Right.
Obviously he isn't as good as he is.
Right.
But him and his brother were raised to not be in the streets and to use their wrestling as an outlet, you know,
Right.
that kept them away from all of the nonsense that they engaged in.
Yeah, which is what we need here. You know, we need a lot of that sort of thing here. More of it probably.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the hardest thing is just, as we've said, is the psychological difference between Americans and people in other countries. It seems much more feasible to teach youth in other countries combat sports as a way to not directly be involved in combat and have that work. When you teach little kids, if you teach little black boys how to box,
he's gonna use
in
that
America.
shit.
He'll go out knocking motherfuckers out. It's sad, and I don't mean that. Not just even little black boys, little Mexican kids, anybody in urban areas. If you teach them how to actually engage in physical combat and come out on the best end, they're going to utilize that.
But
to fuck somebody up.
When I started training at this one gym, there's this one Russian kid there, and he tried to start fights with everybody. And I was like, "Are you serious right now, man? Because like you're starting fights with people that know more than you." And he got his ass whooped multiple times.
You say it was Russian?
Yeah. Oh. And this dude,
surprising.
This dude was like a troublemaker. I didn't even know. So my first day there, right, where we're training, we're striking and everything, and this dude's flexing on me. I was like, dude, like meaning like we're doing like punching drills, and he'd walk up to me with his hands down. He's like, "Go ahead." And I'm like, so I would ghost him on him. I'm like, I'm not gonna hit you in the face, dude. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
So like we're just like, training this sort of thing, and then we're doing like I don't know, like a 40% like power on sparring, and we're doing that, and I'm like tagging this dude up, right? And then he gets mad, and he fucking comes across with the haymaker, he two pieces me, right? And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna let that go, So I go and he tries to do it again, so I two-piece him, and then he two-pieces me, So then I give him one last one, so I hit him, I drop him, I jump on top of him, and I start choking him, right? And I'm like, you really want to fucking do this? But I'm screaming at this point, you want to fucking do this? I lost my cool. You motherfucker, you want to, and I lost my cool. And then instructor comes over, he's like, hey, what's going on? I was like, hey, man. And I was friends with the instructor, but I was like, this dude is out of control. And then
Steve pointed at the corpse on the floor. This dude was getting out of line.
I had to murder him.
And later on, I found out that he does that to a lot of people. And there's like a couple of black belts that had to check him. One black belt just like got him like rear naked, and he was tapping. He's like, nope, I'm not gonna let you go, and put his ass to sleep. There was a time where I was changing out in the locker room, and a black belt grabbed him by the throat, slammed him against some lockers, and was just gut checking him. What? Boom, just gut checking him. He's like, okay. He's like, nope. Boom, just gut checking him. I was like, dude, how?
Why was this Russian dude?
Listen, there's some hard-headed ass young kids out there.
No, he was young. He was like 17.
Yeah. Why is he so arrogant at that point?
I don't know, but
it seems
because
like
he's 17.
He got his ass whooped quite often.
I mean,
why do you think he was so bad?
I don't know, but he was like ripped, and he was a taller dude, but that don't mean shit in that world.
Yeah, no.
So, but eventually the gym gave him the boot, and that was it. So,
Dylan Dennis, just get out of here, son. You got a bad attitude.
Yeah.
So what was he? But he's
he got kicked out of Marcelo Garcia's, which is like that says something because Marcelo Garcia
that dude's.
Is that why he's with the Irish cats now?
Yeah, well, he's trying to like Conor McGregor people and like look all I don't know, trying to dawn people like, nah, you're not gonna do that.
Yeah.
I'd love to see him fight Khabib.
He'd get fucking mauled.
He'd get worked.
He'd get mauled like because he doesn't have hands and his jiu-jitsu's all right, but I mean, if
you gotta have more than that.
That's just gonna get negated with the level of wrestling or grappling that Khabib has.
Yeah, it's insane. It's way different levels.
The way he was locking up Connor's legs.
It was perfect.
Triangling his knees.
What are you gonna do? What the fuck are you gonna do?
Steve, what's one of your topics that you had? Because we did a couple of ours already.
One of my so recently.
Punani hair.
Is that one of them?
What was it?
Punani hair.
Punani hair. Is it back? Is it a new trend?
Bring it on.
Is there a pick in it? Is it soul glowed?
Oh, by the way, I bought some.
Is it soul glow?
Yeah, dude. I bought this fucking this pomade that from like Target, and it was like super cheap. And on the front of it, it had like two people with afros on it. Oh my! And like I was like, oh, it's gonna be like like.
Is it in an orange? Lieutenant?
Harry's pomade.
Yeah, that's classic black shit.
Yeah, I bought this because I was looking for a new hair product.
One can will last you a lifetime.
Dude, seriously.
You'll never use that fucking
it was
thick
not
as shit.
Listen,
dude.
it was not for my hair type. I'll just give you that. Yeah. It was way too sticky. I was like, okay, it really is for black hair. Because I was like, this is for like twisting and like
it's cement.
Yeah, it's the stickiest shit, dude. I couldn't get it off my fucking hands
Yes.
with like 3 or 4 hand washes. It was
Holy
so
shit.
sticky, dude.
Yeah, it's
damn.
it's insane.
Yeah, use
It's
dish
been
soap
around
just get that
forever.
shit out.
Like fucking
It's
paint
older.
thinner to
It's
get it
older.
off.
It's older. That brand is older than everybody
And it's
sitting
still
at this
around.
table.
And it's
It has,
still
two,
around.
it has a black woman and a black guy on the front, like really happy.
The one that we used growing up was Tres. So Tres Flores.
I don't know what that is.
It's basically Vaseline that smells good, man. You know what I mean? Like that's all it is. But
Sorry, go ahead. What was that? Sorry.
so the topic was CRISPR popping back in again, and the re-speciesing.
Re-speciesizing.
Like you heard about the guy who's trying to bring back the woolly mammoth,
I'm fine with that. That'd be dope. I want to see a woolly mammoth.
and then
They don't pose any threats at all. Like, what the fuck is gonna matter? Don't introduce.
What's the point?
Don't bring back like some crazy ass predator.
Maybe.
I don't want
bring
to
back.
say after.
Is it a predator mammoth?
Please don't bring back like the saber-toothed cat. Like, we're good on that.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
it'd be
A
really-
saber-toothed mammoth.
There's like cross and things. So I mean, basically, they're trying to bring back. Right now, as a tester, they have 2 successful passenger two pigeons that carry a gene that it's like that will allow them to down the line edit more and more closer to the pigeon that they're trying to bring back, which is the passenger pigeon, which went extinct in like 1418.
Passenger pigeon?
That's what they call it.
What the hell?
So they have 2
Passenger
everyday shit rat pigeons that we see everywhere. They're smashed in the street. They're being eaten by a homeless man.
I heard they're delicious, actually.
Yeah, well, the French eat them, right? Squab.
Yeah.
Where
Right,
they
so-
inseminate them with
Yes.
passenger blood. I don't
So
know.
as time goes on, they'll
Passenger
be able to use
DNA?
CRISPR and the gene that they all carry, these specific pigeons carry, that they put in with CRISPR, will allow them to edit the genes to get closer and closer to the passenger pigeon.
I wonder why they chose that bird.
I have no idea.
Like,
But
do we
because
need
they're a
that
dime
bird?
a dozen?
Do we not have enough pigeons? Is what I'm saying.
I guess they don't think so.
That's all right. I got plenty of Alka-Seltzers out there. If you were ever a kid, maybe I don't know.
Man, you know how many pigeons? I've seen
Oh,
a
that's
few.
sad. He's talking about killing
Remember a young
pigeons.
kid?
Man, I've seen a few hawks.
They have no gastrointestinal system.
Well, plus pigeon's not threatening, right? It's not saber
They're not
tooth,
threatening at all. No.
right? We're not trying
That's
to
true.
bring. Yeah, so
Until they become Hitchcock-esque, and then they become very threatening.
There's going to be resurrected saber tooths. Give it some time.
I'll be dead by then. I don't give a fuck.
They'll take over because there's nothing wiping them out, right?
No.
Then again, there weren't shotguns back in those
Yeah.
years, so let's see how that cat can handle a fucking 12 gauge to the face. Sweet.
Well, there's that one.
There's that.
Another topic is, which we caught by surprise, Ruth and I, we were out and about, and we saw the rocket from SpaceX.
Oh yeah, the Falcon
shit,
9 rocket,
yeah.
which is cool.
I put whatever I filmed up on Instagram.
I'm glad I know how they look re-entering our
It
atmosphere now.
looked very alien.
Was it
looks like an alien.
entering or was it leaving?
It was entering. It was coming back.
'Cause
re-entry,
there was
yeah.
2 pieces. One broke off,
Yeah.
spiraled off into whatever.
Yeah, it breaks off in stages, and then
That's awesome.
the main part of the
Piece.
rocket returns to the launch or to the landing pad
Right.
out in the middle of the ocean.
Have you ever seen that happening? It looks
insane.
as if they're replaying the video in reverse. That's how perfect it is.
Oh,
it just,
yeah,
it just,
yeah,
la-
yeah.
it
Yeah,
just
yeah,
lands
that's
back on the pad.
Yeah, it's
Wait,
incredible.
really?
It's incredible. Yeah, I mean, if it weren't for the fact that the pad were in the ocean, you'd be like, oh, it's just going back from where it came.
Yeah, because I was like, that thing's not shooting off into space. It's going horizontally. Like it's going. I don't know. I don't know shit about the
The
rocket,
thing is
so.
huge. I mean, it's a huge thing. Like the calculations. Thank God for smart people, because the calculations required to like get that thing to return back, like thrust here, thrust there. It's turning this
Yeah.
degree, thrust
not,
here,
and
and
not drop on a fucking house.
It's amazing.
Math is official. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so dumb.
If somebody ever gave me that task, I would fuck shit up.
It would land in a fucking playground.
Shit would land in the playground.
It would land on a playground or in a foster home for like
I'd look
needy
at
children or
the
something.
first bracket of numbers, and I'd be like, "Yeah, no, just give this to somebody else. I can't."
Does it have to land properly?
I can get it back, but I don't know about.
No, it was really cool to see it, and I actually didn't see it live. But it was really cool to see I mean, it's always amazing to see it return back for some reason. It's like
it looks like the Aurora Borealis.
That's exactly
right,
it. Does look like.
What did you just say?
That's all these different
I said
colors.
it wrong.
And shit. It's Aurora
Minneapolis.
Hey yo, let me get these marshmallows out of my mouth.
Roseanne bars. Yeah.
You know, Northern Lights.
Anyways, I mean, seeing the Falcon 9 return, it was dope, and I think they're putting an Argentine satellite, some environmental satellite out into space.
Yeah.
So but you know what? If had they not, they had to put out like all these advanced warnings to people because there'd be all these fucking yokels out there like, hey, Mom, the fucking aliens are coming, you know, like, because stupid people would look at that and be like, you know, aliens.
Well,
I mean,
if you don't know what you're watching,
Yeah.
it would be easy to deduce that.
When I lived in, by a military base, I would.
You lived in Arizona. That's a lot of shit going on.
Yeah, so
on
we
down
would
there.
see those come in more often than not. First time I saw it, it was like first thing in the morning. I was on my way to school, and I was like, "What is happening?"
What did you see?
Same thing, literally the same thing that you saw at the SpaceX. It was just like the
Well,
bright,
not the same thing because it wasn't around back then. What was it, Steve? Actually, that's just within the past year or so. So what the fuck
a
did you see?
similar,
Similar. There you go.
yeah.
Similar.
So the different colors in the sky.
But maybe it was around back then.
Did they warn you guys, man?
No.
There will be weather balloons entering the atmosphere.
No, they didn't say anything. It was on the news, and they're like,
Yeah.
they were just rockets from New Mexico,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. So, but, so I recognized it. But there's a guy, it's funny, though, because we're standing there watching it, and some guy who worked at Ralph's walks up behind me, and I didn't even know he goes, hey, man, that's SpaceX, right? And I was like, yeah, man, that's a rocket. He's like, oh, okay, cool. I was just checking, and I was like, yeah, man, I've
Well, I
seen it
remember
before.
the original.
You should have freaked out and be like,
No, man.
That's tomorrow night, man.
Run!
Run! Oh my God. Start like taking
the
fucking
original
groceries.
re-entry. Remember the original re-entry maybe a
people
few
were
months
wilding
back?
out, yeah.
It's like, what the fuck is that? I thought it was a comet or something.
Oh, okay.
I literally sat for a minute thinking, is this it? Maybe, should I hug someone?
I mean,
should I go find a titty to suck or something?
The first time I saw it, I was freaked out about it too, and then that's only because
You guys
I've seen
don't
it
read
before.
much, do you?
No, but I was like 15.
We
though.
don't.
I was like,
I don't.
I was like 15 when I saw it though.
No, no. The SpaceX thing. I mean, I follow the SpaceX stuff, so but it's so trippy because that's a new seeing that's a new like visual.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I'd never seen anything.
It was
like
wild.
That
It's
before.
awesome. Yeah.
It looked like two spaceships like fucking looking at each other or something. It was trip.
Yeah, and it spins. It does like this crazy little like swirling spin. The piece that breaks off. It was awesome, man.
It was pretty cool.
Other thing. So fashion.
Oh, okay. See,
This is
speak on
nice.
that.
This is
I don't know
nice.
shit about fashion.
This is not even high fashion. This is actually just buying something from Walmart, right? So this lady buys a purse from Walmart, finds
Buys
a
a
note.
a purse.
I
ahead.
agree.
She buys a purse. She finds a note in there and throws
That's
throws that shit in
terrifying.
the garbage. And then she goes back. She's a little bit curious as to what it is, and it's written in Mandarin. It's translated somehow by somebody saying that I'm a prisoner here in this part of China, and we work for 14 hours straight with no breaks. The person that provides us the food that we're supposed to be able to eat, all the guards eat it, and we get whatever's provided by them. Blah blah blah.
God
That
damn.
the prisons in America are like a resort compared to here.
How would they know? They don't know.
That's what I'm
They've
saying.
never been
You're
to
in
Corcoran.
prison, dummy. How do you know?
Realistically, what do you do in that situation? I think realistically for me,
You just bring it to the
I show it
authorities.
to my friends.
We have a laugh.
frame it?
and then
I don't laugh. I show it to my friends. We're sad for a minute, and then
What do you do?
I just reorganize the
All it
purse.
does is, I mean, it got shared a bunch on social media, but I guess social media has like.
Hey, that's the
Some
voice
power
nowadays.
behind it, has a
Social
voice
media
behind
is
it.
the voice now.
Yeah, so from China, right? The other thing from China that recently was brought up was espionage. I think corporate espionage. Someone from I don't know, from the government in China, I believe, was trying to get information from I don't know, companies out here in the States that for aviation plans or whatever. So got caught. He was busted and brought back to the United States. I guess I don't know if China allowed it to happen or what happened, but they got the dude, brought him back. He's going to be sentenced here in the States now. So
China doesn't give a fuck about its people.
yeah, they're like, we got a lot.
Oh, you want to take him? Yeah, go ahead.
Take him.
Yeah, please take him.
No. So, yeah, that was interesting. So, corporate espionage. They say normally it's through hacking, but this is good old-fashioned footwork, right? So, but obviously he didn't fucking play his cards right, so.
Well, now he's going to...
Steve, what would you do if you brought a blood purse for Ruth?
A blood purse. Now there's no blood diamonds, there's blood purses.
Blood purses? I don't know.
Would you take that shit back? Can I get another one without
Without a note?
SOS
Without a-
message?
Yeah, I don't want to look at that
A
thing.
terrifying message.
I'd post it.
Listen, there's plenty of things that
I'm
come
not
here.
going to let it go to waste, though, you know, like.
I mean, it's sad if you
Would
think
you
about
sell it on the black market?
I mean, it
You're
already.
not going to make nothing.
I just don't know. All you can do
Got
as a
blood on his purse,
civilian is make people aware of it, you know, and that's about it. I mean, that's
Yeah, that's all you can do. I mean, there's probably so much of that going on over there. I mean,
That's
how do
the
you think we
least
get
of the
cheap
worries.
shit? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So.
No, that's crazy, dude. Yeah, that's actually really scary. Now it makes me not want to fucking buy things.
You said where was the note from?
China.
That chick should go over like Operation Eagle style. They should make a movie of her going over to China and just smashing cartels and shit until she gets
Triad. But you know what? I have something that's a little bit interesting. So, being in the fashion industry a lot of the factories out there. So we have a lot of stuff that's made out there from fashion, right? You know, it's cheaper, blah blah blah, faster. So basically, whenever you do like a tour of a manufacturing company or factory out there, I hear a lot of times like you'll be on with the on-site manager and this and that, and then this one time a friend of mine was out there talking to the on-site manager, taking the tour, seeing if they were going to actually use the facility or not, and they decided to go with it. But the whole time they were there was just one guy with them, never got introduced to them, just walked with them, never said anything. I think they kind of looked to him for answers for certain things, and it turns out he's tied in supposedly to the triads, you know, because they want legit money too. They want big money where big money's at.
Yeah.
So he's just there to make sure that like they are following the rules that they set, you know. Mm-hmm. So, man, that's scary, dude. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, organized crime is real, dude. It's like the Yakuza in Japan. Like
right.
They're just kind of like out of sight, out of mind, but you know, they got their hands in everything.
Yeah.
They got their hands in everything.
And the thing about the Yakuza, which I saw on what Vice, was now they're being rivaled by like the local street gangs.
Yeah.
Where it's kind of interesting because like local street gangs
You were
here,
telling us about that, right?
yeah, local
Just
street gangs
by sheer numbers, right? They're starting to be
by
rivaled.
sheer numbers, right? Yeah,
They're inviting everybody, dogs, aunties, black, white folks.
So you got like what? You got like cartels here, which now use local gangs to distribute their drugs. They're like their foot soldiers sort of thing. I think it kind of happens over there too, from what they're saying. But more often than not, the gangs in Japan actually want their peace. So and they don't actually want to be foot soldiers. So, but but the piece is basically on bare knuckle boxing and like the gangs out there and the fight culture. And I have to say, it's not very good. The street fighting over there, like it's what you see on YouTube.
I saw that episode, and I was like, I could fight there.
Yes. Okay.
If that's how dope those dudes are, I'm at least as good as that average guy there.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I thought that was interesting.
They were all cheering on
episode.
that guy while he got fucking like punch drunk. He got his ass
Knocked
beat.
his fucking
like,
teeth out again. It's
Yeah,
like, how
good
many
job,
times you
bro.
get your teeth knocked out?
What's
What's
the dental coverage for a foot soldier in Japan?
Nothing.
Sorry, you don't get anything.
You pay everything.
You pay for it all. Yeah.
But
You had something random where you had best horror movies.
Oh yeah, let me skip that one actually. I wanted to
You wanna come
talk
back?
about that Nazi hunting French couple, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
kind of cool to me. Like this couple in France, like they I guess they're just kind of like, they just wanted to be like detectives and get on the case of like where all these fucking Nazis went after World War II. Because, a lot of them escaped out of the country.
Right.
They're
chasing Nazis across the world?
Yeah, yeah. It's like, it's kind of cool, man.
That's exciting,
it's exciting, yeah. And it's a married couple, which is awesome too. And France got fucked up in World War II, so they had a little bit of like a vendetta. And I think they started searching for these Nazis they got married in the '60s, and they captured this guy. What the fuck was his name? They called him the Butcher of Lyon. So when you earn a name like that, you know that you're a bad fucking person.
Sierra Leone.
The
No,
Butcher
that's a
of the
different guy. That's a different
yeah,
guy.
No, but
Serial.
they were the guy right now is 83, and his wife is 79, and they received like all these highest awards because they caught this guy. But they started their search in the 60s, and they found this guy. Klaus Barbie, and he was the Butcher of Lyon, and he was like hiding in Bolivia. So they tracked this dude down all the way over there, got him extradited in like the late 70s, early 80s, back to France, died in prison in 1991. That's a fucking real justice, dude.
Wow.
Like,
Damn.
so like it was kind of cool. When I first heard Nazi Hunter, I thought of what was the film with
Inglourious
Brad Pitt?
Bastards?
Yeah, Inglourious Bastards.
yeah.
Like people who were just like, I don't know if that's based on anything true, to be honest, but but it was just really cool. I was like, dude, those people did a real thing. Imagine like all of a sudden if like you and Ruth were like, yeah, we're gonna find the people who bombed the World Trade Center. We're gonna do that right now.
Right.
And then you just make it your life's ambition.
him and Ruth.
Like that. I thought that was
So
pretty.
you think Ruth would be up for that?
Nah.
She'd be like, no, I'm
I got
good.
better things to do.
Not even close. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's cool. They receive like the highest honors, and they're super old, and they're a married couple, which is adorable.
Yeah.
It's hard to find a woman who finds the same ambition in hunting Nazis.
There's going to be a motion picture film of
They
this.
should.
Oh, yeah.
Very soon.
When I read it, I was like, I feel like I'm reading a movie script.
Yeah, it's going to
for
happen.
sure. For sure there is.
Quentin Tarantino, definitely.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
That'd be
Inglourious
cool.
Bastards
That'd
Part
be
2.
cool.
Or like the Coen brothers, some weird.
Yeah.
That was just really interesting. I don't think I'm pretty sure all the Nazis are probably dead at this point. If not, they're on the verge of death. But I mean, they thought Hitler was in like
Well, all
Argentina
of the original
or
Nazis.
all the original
yeah,
Nazis.
yeah.
The new ones, they're in the
There's
East Coast
those
somewhere.
Neos hanging around.
They're in
definitely.
Charlottesville. We know that. We know that for sure. But yeah, man, that's a cool story. Yeah, I don't know if maybe Sarah will be down for. We can go do some shit like that.
Who would you hunt specifically?
Fuck. Who's worth hunting?
Spaniards.
Who did the most
original Spaniards?
There's so many bad people out there right now. It would be hard to pick them out. I don't know. I would go to Myanmar and fuck up that stupid ass Buddhist who's
that dude.
That dude who's killing the Rohingya people. Like, you lost track of what the fucking religion's
very
about.
far
You
away.
stupid fucking idiot. I used to be proud to like yeah, I believe in Buddhism. That's my spiritual path. And then I'm like, name a Buddhist who's done some bad shit.
And then
like,
he fucked it all up.
That guy's
Yeah,
a fucking
yeah.
idiot. So, anyways, we'll hunt that guy down.
Let's
And bring him to justice.
Let's just parachute in a couple Shaolin monks.
There you go.
That teach them the way.
Hell yeah! Hopefully they.
I know nothing about this person you speak of.
Oh man.
So, anyways, he's a Buddhist monk who's like, and
He's in
they have a
Burma.
sect. They have a sect of of Buddhist monks there who feel that their Buddhism is being threatened by. It's just like it's almost like here with Islam. With Islam, right? Like the
Muslim religion.
But the Muslim religion, yeah. So
Yeah.
they're like, oh, it's co-opting our way of life, and they're moving in, and they're now there's mosques everywhere.
Yeah.
So these Buddhists are supposed to be like, just mind your fucking business, like let them be them and you be you. So, but they took it personally and as like a threat, and they took it to another level. They started like bombing their mosques and killing their people. And this guy, I think he was on the cover of Time magazine too, actually.
Yeah.
But anyways, going completely against the obviously the path of Buddhism is you're not supposed to harm anything. So it's just weird that something that you would think is so obviously wholesome and this guy has it completely backwards.
Yeah.
And,
It's
so
really
anyways,
strange,
hunt
really
that
strange.
motherfucker. We're coming for you.
Man.
And actually, no. That by that sheer fact, I would be going
Mine
against
would
my
be
own thing
the
too.
Portuguese slave masters, probably.
You're gonna find all those guys.
All of the Portuguese
But no, you're bringing. It's Halloween's coming up, so I thought that was a kind of a cool topic, like horror films.
What are your favorite horror films?
I don't think you guys dress up for Halloween, do you? I dress up every
I'm
year.
interested.
So.
I love dressing up for
But what are your
Halloween.
favorite horror films of all time? You
My-
said, was it
you know
top
what?
3? Did you have top 3, or was it top?
No, it was just dope horror films that just in general. I mean,
Can
growing
you
up,
roll off a top 5?
I have to say the top one, because it actually scared me and stuck with me for a long time, was Child's Play.
Okay, I got to do one. My number 1 is Child's Play.
When that thing's just staring at you blankly and then dolls coming to life is like, that's fucked up for me. So like, Annabelle, fuck you too. No, but like
Annabelle's
whatever. But
Child's
Play.
Play. Still to this day, the original one freaks me out.
Yeah, no, it's creepy. Like,
Well, when I was a kid, I was super afraid to watch Nightmare on Elm Street.
how did that one actually? I like that one.
I always thought that was entertaining.
Because
it was so
dude,
fun to
Freddy
me.
was funny. Like
Yeah,
he
it
was
was
kind of
funny.
hilarious.
I was more scared by the adults. Are like, if you watch it, this, and that. So I was always like, oh.
The music was really good for all this.
But yeah, the Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy Krueger.
Jason,
Dope.
yeah.
Okay,
Michael
what
Myers,
about
yeah.
ranking your top 5 horror movie
Oh
villains?
yeah,
Freddy's my favorite.
Freddy's top.
He's
By the
number
way,
1.
Freddy versus Jason, that was a fucking fluke. That
Yeah.
just like Alien versus Predator. Why is the obvious one always lose?
Yeah.
Freddy would fuck up Jason. He'd go into that fool's dreams and fuck him up.
He doesn't sleep though.
Yeah, I would give
How do you know he doesn't sleep?
Freddy as a number 1, Chucky 2, Jason 3,
Oh, you know what people forgot? Pumpkinhead.
Leprechaun 5.
Pumpkinhead.
Do you remember
Dude.
Pumpkinhead?
Oh, man.
That was a creepy ass creature. Do you remember that movie?
Yeah.
I mean, he looked weird as fuck. I mean, it was kind of just like a
Yeah, silly.
mutant monster, but it was pretty creepy.
Predator 4.
Predator 4. That's not really a horror film, though.
For me,
Still,
yeah, it's like
it's still
Freddy,
horror.
Freddy, Jason,
Yeah.
Chucky. But then you get into more campy ones, which I loved. Was like Critters.
Ooh, yeah, Critters.
Critters.
Fuck yeah. That was a good one.
Ghoulies.
Ghoulies. Yeah, I wouldn't really not be in Ghoulies, but Critters for sure.
Critters was for sure a dope one. Yeah.
You know what? I really like the movie. I still think this movie is dope. Remember Quarantine?
I kind of do.
No.
I'd have to see it again.
Movie
But
Quarantine was cool. It was the typical people turn into zombies biochemical
Yeah,
situation
yeah.
where a whole apartment building turns into zombies.
Yeah, yeah.
A fire department squad is called to figure out what's happening in the apartment building, and while they're in the apartment building, is it the CDC who would be responsible for quarantining?
CDC.
it would be the CDC, yeah, or the WHO, whichever.
The CDC basically quarantines the whole building, so
Yeah.
no one can get out.
I do
so
remember
they're,
that.
They're
I
stuck in
remember
this
that. They're stuck
apartment
in there.
building
Yep,
with
yep.
people turning into fucking
Yeah.
zombies through a virus
Yeah.
that that they
Well,
can't identify.
You know why I know that the Freddy one is actually scary, because it's like you can't control. Like, you're gonna fight sleep for how? Remember how they were trying to like drink coffee
Yeah.
and keep each other like smacking each
Oh,
other. Like
man.
you couldn't help it. And then the moment you thought you were in reality, like, oh shit, I fucking fell asleep.
I fell asleep.
Yeah.
That sucks, man.
Sucked,
that
dude.
sucks.
What about
Remember Johnny Depp was on the original one.
I think so. Yeah.
Got pulled into his bed.
Dude, the one where the girl gets, there are two iconic ones, or three maybe. The waterbed, where the fucking hands come up out of the waterbed and they
Oh,
they grab
yeah.
that fucking chick.
Yeah.
The other one where she's in the tub and his fucking hand comes up from between her legs and it's
Yeah.
like,
What about the one where she turns into a roach? Remember that
yeah,
one?
yeah, I'm like, yeah, dude.
Oh, you got the roach arms.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But speaking of like the zombie movies, what's one of the best zombie movies you've seen?
28 days later.
Yeah, it's hard to beat that.
Dude,
What about-
the zombies can run. What other worse
Oh, that's
situation
not
could you
good.
be
Yeah,
in?
that's not
They
good.
run like fucking Usain Bolt runs.
But you guys seen Train to Busan?
No.
You got to watch Train to Busan. That's a good one too. I'm
heard
not
of it.
saying it's better than 20.
I've heard of it.
Remember
I've
when
heard
they're in that underpass or whatever, and you can
Yes.
faintly
You
see you faintly see the shadows
Yep.
across
Of them
oh,
hauling
God.
ass,
and they're hauling ass, and you're like, fuck.
I think in that one too, it was like, do you remember when the guy got infected when that drop of blood
dropped
fell in
the
his
blood in his
eye?
eye.
That was fucking.
He was like, get away from me,
Yeah,
baby.
yeah,
Get away.
yeah.
And she was still, what's wrong, Daddy?
Remember that,
What's
yeah.
wrong? Stay away from me, baby. Stay away from me. And he starts to freak out.
That was good. And wasn't that came out of England, right?
Yes.
Yeah. See, that was a good one, dude. I like that.
Train to Busan is a Korean one.
Okay.
And it's on Netflix.
I think I've
It's
heard
good. It's good.
Speaking of Walking Dead came back. I don't know if you guys are into... You watched Walking Dead for a little bit, right?
A little bit. I
Yeah.
fell off because
Yeah,
it's starting
I
to.
fell off too.
All right, never mind. Then next...
Yeah. They're starting to fall away from all of the traditional core characters, right? Aren't they
No,
all
no, they're
starting to die?
They're all there. I mean, Carl's dead now, but...
Because isn't the lead guy? He's only going to be on for one more
Rick Grimes
season
is
or so,
going to die.
and then
He's going
he'll
to die
right?
this one, yeah.
I want to watch it after that. Once his son died, I jumped off.
No, I want him to die, actually.
See, I didn't. Once his son died, I was like, I don't want to do it anymore.
Carl was too altruistic to live. Sorry. But anyways, no, just back to the, what's it called? The original horror thing.
Yeah.
You said you like to dress up. I think you do. I have seen you dress up for Halloween.
Yeah.
By the way, we're all fucking old as shit, so like, but I don't fucking care.
I never
think,
dress up.
I
You
think
dress
should
up all the time.
I love dressing up. It's fun for me. I like just going all out. I build my costumes from scratch.
I've never seen
dork.
Steve dressed up. No, yes, I have. When we went to one like Aja's friends party, I remember.
My best one was like 2 years ago. I'm not that I'm trying to be like all, ooh, I'll make an event out of this, but after I dressed up and we went to the Queen Mary, and I just kind of like put something together. I went to like the spirit store, grabbed some like
I remember that
zombie eye thing, the hollow eyes, and I did the makeup, and I got such a cool reaction from it that I was addicted after that. I was like, dude, I gotta dress up every year now, and make this shit dope. But last year didn't dress up.
It's hard, man. Though, like
this year,
it's hard to get it together. You know,
maybe we'll go next year. But I've been itching to go to Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah,
I know we're too old and everybody has all these responsibilities, but I've been like, man, we should fucking go. You know?
You see, this year is we're not doing any. So this year we're not celebrating. Well, doing Halloween, we're not celebrating Christmas.
Because next year is going to be insane, right?
Stacking those ducats. Yeah. Because
you're not celebrating Christmas.
No. Steve, you're getting married.
Steve,
you're getting married.
He is risen, and the baby is born, and you're not going to celebrate.
I might put a pagan.
He is risen.
A pagan symbol.
That was the wrong one. That was Easter. Sorry.
The Christmas tree in my place, but
you're not going to put out frankincense and myrrh for the baby.
Yeah.
You better put the fucking baby in the manger on.
Oh man, you know what? Yeah, you know what? I will.
You should get
black parents and a white
baby. You should get Ruth pregnant for Christmas.
No, man,
surprise!
Surprise!
No.
This is my gift to you.
No, man. No, but like neither one of us are going home for Christmas this year. We're just staying and we're not buying gifts. We're not doing anything. We got.
Don't fuck up and not get her a gift.
We're not buying
gifts. You're going to regret it for the rest of your life.
You're about to fall into a tiger trap, fool.
No. It's coming down to like the wire of like getting these things paid off, and we're trying to just knock it out. We took a hit, and we're trying to recover from it.
Yeah.
So just one of those emergency things happened, and so yeah.
Yeah, it does cost. By the way, if you don't just, anytime if you dress up, it's going to cost money. But I think especially if you make your costumes and you push it, you have to pay.
Because you would always make yours.
Yeah, I make all of mine from scratch. Luckily, I have like 5 costumes in my closet, like just on backup. So
I've only seen you dress up twice, and it was Cat from Slipknot. And
was I? No, I wasn't Cat from Slipknot.
You were someone from Slipknot.
Was it when? Are you talking
Brooks.
about the?
You were someone from. You had a full-on noose, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh no, that was my. Oh god, that's embarrassing. That's my. That was my backyard brawling character. That was Mr. Bojangles.
Okay, I thought it was someone from Slipknot.
Yeah, he had a noose around his neck and a.
And then you were also the guy from Clockwork Orange, right?
Yeah, and then the year when we were still like chilling with Dominage, we were Sarah and I were the murdered couple. Remember we had masks that were covered in blood.
But I don't remember.
We went to a party and we had so much fake blood on that had no time to dry, and we sat on that girl's couch and fucked her couch up with all that fake blood.
That's when we went to Aja's.
Yeah. Sarah and I were dressed up as like a couple that had just murdered someone.
And I was a cholo. I don't remember what Steve was. Remember there was
I was something weird.
Yeah, you were something weird. Yeah,
I had some bullshit I just made up.
Yeah.
Remember there was a couple there that was Peggy and Al, and we thought that was so fresh. We were like, that was cool. And he had a no ma'am shirt on.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys, you killed it. You got that one.
I don't know. This year it's kind of hard. We have a costume that's getting made by our fashion designer friend. She's making Joopy a Jon Snow outfit. So she's gonna have that fucking like wool coat with the black.
And you get her a wig?
Yeah, and she doesn't need it. She's got all her.
Yeah,
her hair is super long, so it's
true.
all curly.
Yeah, you're right.
Dude, I'm gonna make her like a little sword, be a little tiny
Hilarious.
Jon Snow. It's gonna be sick. Yeah, but I don't know what the hell I would have to be. If you're gonna do anything period piece, you got to go ham in like the fucking, the making it department.
Oh man.
So, anyways, this year we'll see. I don't know. I definitely gotta go trick or treating, and I gotta decorate the house too.
What?
You gonna take Juby trick or treating?
Yeah. Oh hell yeah.
That's cool.
Hell
Nice,
yeah.
man. First trick or treating.
She won't
First
remember
year?
anything.
She's not gonna know a damn thing.
She won't
no.
remember anything.
She's not gonna get to eat any of that candy.
You still have
collect.
about 2 years until she starts realizing how great you guys are to her.
I know. Like right now, I feel like I'm doing so much. I'm like, she doesn't even fucking know
She
what's
won't
going
remember
on.
any of
Yeah,
this
she didn't
stuff.
give
It's all going into the subconscious, though, right?
Yeah, it's going into
It's
the
all
soft.
feeding into
All
the
right, if you guys
computer.
say that's true, I'll keep doing
Yeah.
it.
Oh, it is.
I really believe that. Yeah.
It's weird. If you treat your offspring like shit, they'll remember it. But if you treat them like
I did-
gold up until 4, they're like, I don't remember.
I did throw a chancla at her today, but like I hit her in the butt because she wouldn't stop touching. She keeps she loves turning the Xbox on because it goes booted, and then it lights up. I'm like, hey, stop, no. Like she knows no, and she'll stop,
Yeah.
but then she'll do it again and do it again.
Uh-oh.
And then I was like, I flipped my chancla and I hit her in the butt, and she's like, huh. And then she looked back and she sat down, and I was like, thank you. I was like, please stop because
Yeah.
she just wants to drag everything down. It's adorable, but also annoying.
How about this kid who beat Michael Phelps' record?
That's bullshit. That kid was on drugs. Have him fucking tested for
That
peds.
kid was on P.
USADA needs to test that kid.
I mean, he
Just test
basically
that kid.
I mean, Phelps congratulated him on Twitter. Said big congrats to Clark Kent. His name's Clark Kent.
Well, then it's clear he's Superman. You can't let a kid from Krypton come
bullshit.
down
It's
and
just
beat you in the 100.
Fake news.
Yeah.
Yeah, Clark Kent. It looks. I don't know if he's Filipino or what. I know it sounds really weird, but
Steve's terrible with it.
no, I'm looking
His
at his picture.
nationality. What is this kid? Filipino?
Apuda is
Oriental?
his last name. Clark Kent Apuda.
Probably Filipino, yeah.
Something like that. Anyways, but yeah, Phelps congratulated him on Twitter. Keep it up, dude. For smashing that meat record. So that's interesting. This kid's like 12.
Smashing that meat record. That's all I heard.
That meat record. He's 12 years old.
Coddling
You
that
know
little
what I'm
kid.
saying?
That's
He's
cool.
smashing that meat, MEAT.
MEAT, yeah.
That's all I heard. Smashing.
Nah,
No, like a swim meet.
Yeah,
Swim
swim
Smashing
meet.
that meat record. Yeah. Taking all those.
all that meat.
So what's going on in the jiu-jitsu world, dude? I saw that you got your stripe.
Yeah, so don't
First
fuck
stripe.
with me. No, I'm just kidding.
First stripe on your
Dude,
purple.
you know what, dude? I got my first stripe on my purple belt, and I think now is the time for me to start like really getting into it, like getting really technical. Because
Yeah.
I know for a fact right now I should be better.
Okay. Yeah.
For me personally,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I should be better than what I am.
Okay.
And I think it's because not only do I have like physical limitations, like my knees really do physically limit me from doing. I can't do all that. I can't do the fucking Meow Brothers shit. Like I'm not that quick. I'm not built like that. It's just odd for me. So I have to play like a really different game. So maybe I'm holding myself up like to a really high standard, but I think this is the belt where I need to like start really upping my technical game.
Yeah, I think you should always feel that way. Like, nope, not good enough. Nope, not good
Yeah.
enough. It's also true with being a creative, right? It's
Yeah,
not good
that's
enough.
true. That's true. Yeah.
But then, I think it should always be that way. But
I had this black belt make me feel like a white belt. I mean, it was hilarious. I
Yeah.
just told him, I was like, my guard is horrible. I was like, Jesus
like
Christ.
putting it down. Yeah,
it was
he's
so
like, eh.
bad. I was like, oh man. But it's, like if that's not your game and then all of a sudden you're forced to do it, like my game is not lay down and come past my guard. I'm a
Right.
passer. Like that's what I like doing. That's what I'm good at. And it's easier on my body.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just need to up my game. I was proud of myself for getting it because I have been in the gym a lot lately. I don't know if you guys know, but I have been going in a lot. So it was nice because like my professor recognized that he's like he knows that I take care of my kid. All it's
Right.
like, and it's hard. And I was like, it was nice being recognized. So got that shit, and it's a lot of pressure too now. It's like, hey,
I'm worried about getting my purple because I don't. Not that I'm saying I feel like I'm close, but if they would present me with the purple belt, I'd be like, I'm not ready for that. Like I don't feel like I deserve it.
you can't even say that. You have to accept it, and then it's like, here's your birthday.
accept that shit.
Of course. But I'm like,
Yeah.
This the weird part of me where I'm like, I'm not good enough to be a purple belt yet.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
like-
for sure. I mean,
and I'm like, man.
when I got my purple belt, I was like, because like,
Am I really
I
a
can
purple
hang
belt?
with some people for sure, but like, as far if you watch like, you know who Roy Dean is? Have you ever seen that guy?
Yeah.
I like how they make them do like tests to do your belt, because then you have to recall all of these fundamentals as like, this is your guideline and your criteria for this belt, and you better know all of it by heart.
Yeah.
And I think that's, for me, if you tested me now, like, hey, get into this guard, you might confuse me, to be honest. So,
Right.
because I don't play every single guard, and I don't know every single escape, and I don't know every single entry to everything. But this is the belt where I'm going to be testing myself. So I'm going to keep hitting it and getting in there, and just get better,
Well, it's like I rolled with this brown belt recently, and he's the closest weight to me. I think he's like 155. And the first time we rolled ever, it was good. Like it was a good back and forth.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised I hung with him as much as I did. He got me a few times, right?
Yeah.
To be expected, because the dude's quick on his
Do
feet.
you guys start from standing just when you spar?
Sometimes we do, but a lot of times we have to start in somebody's guard and go
Okay.
from there. We never,
Gotcha.
So, but in Nogi, we just start on the ground, which I like to start standing because that's what's going to happen. And realistically, I'm not going to be doing any butt scooting, to
Yeah.
grab those legs. I'll go for the legs, but I just want to, I don't know, try to get a throw or take you down.
Yeah.
And anyways, so I'm going with this guy, and it was kind of weird because when it was time to go, when we got done, he's like, "Hey, that was good, right?" And he goes, "That was like really technical and this and that, but that was good, right? It was fun." And I was like, "Are you?" Yeah. And I was like,
You hitting on me, bro?
yeah. And I was like, and I just kind of like had a chuckle the way you're saying.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, man, it was good. It was a good time.
Why did he ask that?
I have no fucking clue. But I was like,
He was just looking for like validation.
I don't
like
know what it was.
Fishing for compliments.
Maybe?
I was like, oh yeah. So then we roll again not too long ago, right? And I was like, oh hey, what's up, man? And he's like, oh okay, let's go. And this time this dude wasn't playing with
Yeah.
me. Like there was no open friendly dialogue or anything. He was like going for me. And I was like, what happened? I go, this dude's going hard, like hard. And he was fucking me up.
Then maybe it was a compliment the first.
Oh yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Or maybe
but-
it was
He
sarcasm.
went hard with you because he's like, okay.
But-
It was sarcasm. It's like, you have fun? Did you have fun this time?
But so
Choke you
was
the
me
fuck
at
out.
40%.
Choke you out, bitch.
Yeah.
well, the thing though, is like the way I am when I roll is if you get me, I enjoy it. Like my ego's far gone from this thing now. Like,
Yeah.
So he got me in gi. He got me, and he like flipped me over. He did his feet were under my armpit, and he like flipped me over in the mount, right? And it was a dope move. And as he did it in like mid rotation, like I was laughing. And then I don't know if like maybe he took that the wrong way or what, because I was like, damn, that was awesome.
I do that sometimes too, and
Yeah, 'cause
I'm
it's
like, this is silly. Like
This
I'm
is
going
hilarious.
through the air.
Like you're just doing whatever you want with me, right? So I'm
Yeah,
laughing.
yeah.
And then he got me in a mounted triangle, but like a weird version. He's like, oh, that was Gordon Ryan or Gary Tonin setup. And I was like, special. And I was like,
Stupid.
I was like, oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
That was awesome. I didn't know where I was at, so I didn't know how to really defend it. And you got me, and that was dope. And he goes,
It's kind of douchey.
and he goes, huh, yeah, that was good, right? And I was like,
Oh yeah, he's being cocky. It sounds.
A little
I was
bit,
like,
yeah.
I was like, that's cool. But you know what? I don't think he's cocky because he has his initials embroidered on his belt.
I don't think it's yeah. That's a little
on,
bit
bro.
weird. Yeah.
I was like,
He took it to the fucking swap meet to get it custom embroidered.
Swap
Yo,
me.
that's the first time I ever saw that. I was like, you have your initials embroidered on your belt?
That
Interesting.
actually kind of makes me want to go not get my initials, but get something embroidered
Yeah,
on it.
yeah. Like
what if you could go get like a
Bart
snake
Simpson?
or some shit or a Brahma bull, if I can just embroider it on the side,
Fuck face.
put Virgo on it.
I mean, but the dude's real good, and I enjoy rolling with him because he's my weight, but he's super technical, and I can learn a lot
Yeah,
from him.
yeah.
But I was just confused by the interaction, in which maybe he's socially awkward. I have no idea, but I was like, oh, all right, man.
You know what? That kind of makes me think too. Like, if you just scroll through like jujitsu videos, anything like Gordon Ryan, like you're saying, like, and people who also do jujitsu tend to be the commenters, right?
Right.
There is so much like hate thrown around in it that it's kind of disappointing because you're like, BJJ is supposed to be like, is a martial art one. It's not the martial art. There's plenty of martial arts, but martial arts in general are supposed to be the ones that are supposed to teach you to be humble and not like shit talk people and not just be a general asshole. But there are so many people out there, just jiu-jitsu people, like being assholes for no reason. I'm like, that's fucking disappointing, man. Like you should be a good person. It should be teaching you to be a good person, and your ego should definitely be checked all the time. And it should humble you and kind of transform you a little bit, but that's not the case. I feel
not with everybody,
No, I know that's not everybody.
Yeah, but you're right. But
I'm being idealistic. I know.
And, I mean, it's also could be like jealousy, right? If someone's getting really big and then they're like, "Oh, I'm good too."
Yeah.
It's like, dude, I don't give a shit about that. I work on myself and. Whatever anyone else does is fine, but
people be like, "Oh, you'll get worked in gi or something." Like, why do you even need to say that? Like, who cares?
Yeah,
who fucking cares?
Yeah.
Like, get out there and compete and do you. You know,
the people saying this stuff, are they people who actually matter though, or are they just keyboard warriors?
Of course not. They're just fucking people. You know,
that won't work. That won't really work in a role. But but this weekend I did a catch wrestling seminar, which was really dope. And that's real nasty. Catch wrestling is just nasty all the time, man.
It is. Everything about it.
Everything.
It's not the gentle art. It's the violent art.
Yeah, for sure. And it's like, I'll snap that here. I'll snap that there. And I'm like, I don't like any of this. I know I love it.
Yeah,
but I was like, damn. Like, I didn't realize how many openings I left, to a catch wrestler.
Yeah.
And if you can marry the two, which a lot of people try to do, man, it's nasty.
I do a couple things here and there that are part of my normal regiment that are definitely not jiu-jitsu. They're more catch related. And I like them. I think they're cool.
Yeah, I got a couple of
unconventional but cool
moves that I do that work because so rolled last night. And I was waiting for this person to throw me in a butterfly guard, right? So they got me in butterfly.
So you could do your...
So I snatched those toes up, real quick, and he just tried to scramble, and I just kept pulling him in. I just eventually just sucked him in. He got his toes away because you can only kick violently so much till I'm going to let you... I'm not that good at the toe hold where I can hold it no matter what, and eventually no matter what, it's going to get out. But he got out of it, which I expected, and so I just kind of climbed him and sucked him in and then maintained control. But... man, it's dope. It gave me a lot of good counters to leg locks.
That's cool.
That's
cool. It's good because that's your game too. So that's definitely going to help you.
So I'm like, so I go against someone else who's a leg locker, then I can snatch that thing up real quick and shut it down. Hopefully, that's the idea. But
I did a nice counter. I did last time we were rolling. I got someone had a foot lock on me, and I countered with the foot lock, and it worked.
Yeah,
I was like, all right, that was cool. And I'm not like a leg person, but I'd like to be. I'd like to be more a leg person, to be honest.
Yeah.
I like the legs.
Just got to swim in those dangerous waters, knowing the tap, obviously. But
I'm going to tap real quick.
I'll tap quick. If I know someone's got it locked in, they don't even have to turn. I'm like, you got that. I'll tap.
If you've rolled enough, damn well you better fucking tap at it because you've hurt yourself probably at some point.
Yeah, for sure.
My elbow.
Whoops. I don't have anything to talk about, guys.
That's all right. Trey's a street fighter, born and raised natural street fighter from South Central.
I don't have anything.
Yeah.
But Trey, you think about dabbling every once in a while, right?
Thank God you don't dabble because you have the perfect body for for jiu-jitsu.
I just have the long, spindly arms, but I also would probably get arm barred pretty often.
You know what, dude? I hate rolling against guys who are tall and lanky because it's very difficult to get past their legs.
But if you
certain times I'm trying to take them down, it's like nope, or I'm trying to get a sweep and their arm is so fucking long that they're able to base out. I'm like, come on, man.
And then on the other side of it, like Trey's saying though, if you do get that arm,
that's true,
yeah. But the best part is getting those legs, right? You get those legs.
That's the thing. You got to be versed in the leg game.
Get those legs and start pulling them in, but. Yeah, man, it's...
Well, we've been talking about all of this technical brilliance. Then we have to go to the opposite end with the technical insufficience of Derek.
Oh,
Jeter?
Yeah. Jeter. We're going back to some more UFC stuff, but after the UFC 229, Derek Lewis beat Alexander Volkov, and he is not the most technical dude in the world. He's a slugger, and he's got no gas tank, and now he's fighting the top of the top DC, Daniel Cormier.
He's basically fighting for the heavyweight championship belt.
He even said
on 2 weeks notice.
Didn't he say too? He's like, I don't want to fight for the title. I'm not ready for it.
Yeah.
And they're like, here's the title shot.
Well, he said currently he's only training an hour a week or something.
Hour a day.
Along that day.
An hour a day.
That's just lazy man style, bro.
It's not good.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's made his way by being a cool character and being able to knock these out.
I like him.
What if he knocks Daniel Cormier out?
I would laugh my ass off.
my God.
I'd step into a coffin and like bury myself because that
And
shit would be unbelievable.
you know that's the only reason Cormier is even taking this fight on such a short notice, because he's like, well, this is going to be an easy fight for me.
Yeah, but you know what? For Derek Lewis, if anything, it's a dope payday.
Yeah, it's going to be a great payday. And the cool thing is that it's less risk for Cormier.
Oh, yeah.
And the reward is that he gets to open the way for him and Brock later.
Yeah.
Early next year.
He's gonna what? He's gonna Anthony Rumble Johnson him, right?
Basically.
He's like, yeah, you can slug, but I can take you down.
Smother fuck him.
Unless he knocks him out and he takes all that energy and vibe from him.
I see him submitting him. I see him rear naked choking him.
Yeah, I
Right?
can see that. Yeah, for sure.
So I mean, I love Derek Lewis. He's fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
He's the Black Beast. He's the fucking spitting cobra. And but he
Spitting cobra. This is my cock.
but yeah, he's gonna get fucking mauled by DC. But I still love the dude. He's a great dude. Yeah, that's all I got, man.
All right, well, let's just start going through stuff at this point, because we only have like
Do we have a
10
rapid fire
minutes.
round this time or no?
We haven't had a rapid fire, but we can just throw things in the air and bat at them.
Any projects you guys are working on? Music, graphic,
Yes,
photos.
I've almost finished with the design that I was gonna like run by either both of you. I don't care, but I was like, it needs some maybe something to like finish it up. But I really like it. I think it's gonna be a dope shirt, and I don't know. I'm working on stuff.
Yeah,
I'm always working on music, but nothing notable to speak about.
I'm
I'm gonna have to put. I know, Steve. Leave me alone. Before you even say it, I know.
Say it anyway, Steve.
No, I was gonna say, I thought you were gonna like get back into doing some graphic design stuff. too.
I've slowly started. but I have.
come at Trey so many times with other things that he's like, okay.
Well,
I
I know Steve has been very adamant that I need to put out some music, some
Yeah.
of this stuff, because I'm just kind of stockpiling
Yeah,
it.
dude, fuck it, put it out. Who
Because the
cares?
PJ's putting out his shit now.
Yeah.
Even like for me, like I'm working on some stuff for myself, and I got to put that out and included, you know. So, but
You know what I want to do? I want to do a photo book.
You could do a photo
all
book.
of my photos, but actually have them printed nice and bound
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
in a really
Yeah.
cool book.
Yeah.
To have like coffee table book for
your
myself.
own coffee table.
Yeah.
It just sits in your house.
Wow, whose photos are these?
Mine.
You know me.
Wow, you vain as fuck.
You know how I do.
This is a beautiful. It's a big blown up photo. This is a beautiful photo. Who took this?
Who took this? You know me. Just me, baby.
Just a little something I picked up from the archive.
Show what I do, you know.
Easy. Yeah, man.
yeah, man.
Steve, you and your lady are going to be in that coffee book.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's
Nice
true.
photos in there. Yes,
I'm
I'm
not using none of them bum ass photos. No, I'm
Been working
joking.
on stuff. Steve, are you making any dresses? What are you doing, man?
I'm trying to get back into doing menswear. I've got the bug of like, you know, it's funny because like I want to do high end, but then I need something with a little more character too, especially in menswear, right? So it's like character is going to be now.
Is it hard? It's hard, huh, to do like character in menswear because it's kind of like,
you know, because you got not a lot of dudes are going to wear it, you know, but at the same time, the things are changing, right? So like now I find myself drawn to like, I even hate saying it, but like the idea of Off-White, you know, the idea of a Cold Wall, now what, Fear of God, right?
it's good. Yeah, those are all what are they like?
They're like the midpoint between luxury and street fashion, right? So
Okay.
it's like, I really like Fear of God, really dope LA-based company, and I like what they do. The reason why I like what they do is because the ideals that they follow are like kind of like how I think of things, right? So they don't really want to follow like the traditional fashion seasons and things like that.
Yeah.
They put out what they put out, what they want, when they want, and kind of go at their own pace and don't fall victim to like that pressure. And they're still being noticed by it, you know. So,
Well, if you guys saw UFC 229, Steve made Bruce Buffer's last suit, so
oh man, but
it's like someone took the carpet off the Bellagio and fucking
like, hey,
made it into a suit.
This'll
Shark
work.
skin, boots, whatever.
Yeah, but
That's cool, man.
yeah, it's inspiring because I did mainly women's wear, which is cool. But as I've gotten older and everything, I find that I might not be
So
swimming
much
in those
into women.
pools. You know?
No, that's cool, man. Yeah, your tastes change as you get older, you know?
Yeah, but we'll see. I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's still some things that I like to do for women's wear. I just think my focus now is more on menswear.
Dope, man.
Can we do rapid fire now?
Go ahead.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Big Bang Theory, Kaylee
That's
Kuko.
the worst fucking show ever.
No,
And
it's
if you
not.
think it's funny,
Big Bang
fuck
Theory
you.
is
Don't
pretty
even
good.
listen to this.
Big Bang Theory is pretty good. Fuck you.
Rapid fire next.
But
what happened with-
actress Kaylee Kuko from Big Bang Theory says that she'd be totally fine if her husband were to leave her.
Okay.
What?
She said she'd be totally fine if her husband left her.
Well, she's a fucking bitch.
If
So.
he did leave her.
If he left her, she'd be totally fine.
Hey, bro, I don't know what's the state of their relationship. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Well, they have,
Sarah
a
probably say
great,
that
they have a
today.
great relationship. The idea was that she set herself up financially and emotionally. Therefore, him being in her life only presents her with basically the icing on the cake. You know, so
Ugh, and the icing on cakes is
so
the
if
worst
he wasn't
anyway, so.
around, she would still be the cake.
I guess.
So-
Well, you know,
okay, I get
okay,
you.
so I get it. Like, she knows who she is as a person. She doesn't need someone to financially help her, blah, blah, blah. And she's got some guy that comes around that can entertain her every once in a while. They have sex. And that's that. It's what it sounds like when it's real cut and dry. I mean, of course you'll be okay if someone leaves, right? You're not going to fucking off yourself. I mean, but...
That's the way I thought about it.
Why do you need to make that a something?
Bro, why that had to be a
Yeah, that's weird.
I think it's a way of championing women's independence. You know,
That's a
which is
fucked up way to
huge
champion your
thing, which is a
independence.
huge
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
I don't need you, bitch. You're like,
So
damn, woman, why you
he gets thrown under the bus.
Yeah, the husband gets
for
the sacrificial.
women everywhere just start like making claims like, I don't need you, motherfucker.
I think that's what I saw both sides where I understood it based off
Right.
her logic of
For
saying
sure.
like I've set myself up and I've done the things.
There's
got to
be more. There's got to be more
But
to it.
I
not
thought about it on
emotionally
the other
dependent
end,
on
which is
the dude.
why does he have to
Be the example.
see that? Yeah, why does he have to see that and be the
I feel-
brunt of you trying to make a point?
I feel weird about that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel weird. I'd be like, oh, really?
Fuck you.
Interesting.
Interesting.
All right, next, Kavanaugh's Supreme
Come on,
Court.
man. Kaylee
Supreme Court
Kuko.
Kavanaugh.
Quick,
No,
Kaylee.
this is rapid fire. We're done with that.
All
right.
Kavanaugh, he's now Supreme Court Justice.
Finally.
Brett Kavanaugh. Thank God.
Yeah, God.
Thank God.
Don't
Because I
say
was
that.
tired of women having abortions.
Yeah.
Apple Podcasts, I do not condone.
No, that's true.
These
That's probably why I didn't go
ideals.
through. Fuck that dude. Only because, like, you know damn well he did something. He might not have raped her, but you don't forget someone who tried to rape you, or it might have even. He did that shit, and you know what? That's the culture now. Like, you can get away with, you can just do whatever you want.
I had a conversation with a dude at my work who asked me what I thought about this whole situation. And I was saying that the hardest thing is that you just want there to be more investigation to find out whether something actually occurred or didn't. That's the biggest
FBI,
thing
they didn't
because
investigate shit.
if there's not going to be investigations, then anybody can say fucking anything.
Yeah.
And you obviously,
Exactly.
Steve, you might have a son soon.
I might have a
And
couple.
you don't want to have to
Couple
grow
sons.
up and have your son walk in one day from college and say, like, Dad, this fucking woman said I raped her. I didn't do shit. I don't even know this shit.
Damn.
And she can just say that. And in the court of public opinion,
Yeah.
he's guilty.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's fucked. Due process is definitely something you need, for sure.
I thought you were saying I might have a son somewhere out there, and I was like, I have
No.
a couple out there.
You might have a son
No, I
somewhere out
don't.
there.
Shut up.
No,
You might have a son somewhere
no,
out
I
there.
don't. I
You know-
definitely do not. But
Like, I remember you and Brenda had unprotected sex, didn't you?
Brenda,
Never mind.
And then Steve becomes a pilot.
I just wanted to throw that out there, Ruth. I'm sorry.
I was like, wait a minute. I was like, who?
You try to act like you don't remember Brenda. Oh, big draws, Brenda.
Oh, there we go.
So yeah, I mean, good for him. Fuck it,
But who in here was surprised by that?
I wasn't surprised. No, and when
wasn't
they said limited investigation, I was like, okay, well there goes
All
that.
they did is just hold it off for a little while.
They negated so many people who could have been like character witnesses, but they're like, yeah, we don't want to hear any of that.
Well, the other thing is like, what's the deeper thing that's
Like
going
the
on with it? Yeah, there's got to be. He's got to create pathways. He's got to open up doors for certain people to come through, come in, because there's plans.
Yeah.
You know, like politically.
Well, you know, the cat at my job brought up a great point where he was saying, like, the level of emotion that Kavanaugh showed during his testimony and everything. He was saying, do you think that will bleed into how he'll head his position in the Supreme Court?
He leads with
didn't
emotion.
know. I don't know, but it's a great point. You know, it's a great thing to think about.
He is completely leading with emotion, and in the legal system, like you're not supposed to be devoid of emotion, but you're definitely supposed to have
Be
some
as,
kind
like,
of modicum
nonpartisan as
you're supposed to
possible.
hold
Yeah.
yourself a
Put
certain
some
way.
fucking reins on that emotion.
Yeah,
dude.
rein in that fucking emotion.
But then I was wondering,
really
like, is
angry.
that just a circumstantial situation where he's dealing with it in that way because it's a personal situation?
But at the same time,
that he can personally attach that level of emotion to. You know,
something's popping off in his brain because everyone, well, not everyone, but you should know that in order to win like an argument, the coolest person in the argument's usually going to win.
Exactly.
Maybe
That's true. Most of the time, that's mostly
Most
true.
of the time,
Maybe.
most of the time, if you're mad cool, you're like 007, right? You're no stress. You know, you're just like sitting there, and you make your points and you stand by them.
I mean, not always. Sometimes the most emotional person wins the war of words. Tupac, Biggie,
They died. They lost.
I don't know.
they both lost.
All right, next one. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Bette Midler. Tell us about that, Trey.
There's not-
I didn't even hear about that.
I don't know very much about it. I do know that there was supposedly a Twitter post, I want to say from Bette Midler, where she likened the word, can I say it?
Of course.
Nigger.
No.
Why are you
saying those things, Trey?
You set us back 100 years.
She basically said women are the niggers of the world today.
Just hearing that is like, what the fuck?
And then it was promptly deleted.
What does that mean?
They're
You know what's weird? Because if you take it literally, then it would means that I don't know, women are the black people of the world. I don't know.
What does that mean? I don't know. I couldn't even.
just basically that they're not.
Or would she take the word and not attach black folks to it? Would she just say nigger, which means but isn't nigger supposed to mean ignorant?
I thought that was the base.
So is she saying women are the ignorant people of the world? That's odd. When you start to tear it apart, it comes back to she must have been speaking about the treatment of black people in America.
She must have been on that Ambien.
Guys, she's just saying that like they're not getting the respect and they're not getting all
is that what she's saying?
Yeah.
But then why wouldn't you? That's weird.
Think about it. But she used the word
Yeah.
nigger.
Meaning, yeah.
By the way,
meaning-
Trey's black here.
so why wouldn't you just say
throw the word out there?
the black
women,
people.
When black people.
Yeah.
It's weird because
Very true. Yeah.
Maybe she meant for it to have that impact. But then she was
Maybe,
like, I can't say that in
That's
this.
too
in this
hard.
day. Yeah,
That came off too hard.
And
how many?
And the way that she posed it, it seems like she almost is condoning that
The fact
word or
that,
likening that
Yeah.
word. Yeah.
and admitting to the idea, but you know, what is she on Valium? What is she doing? She's got a couple glasses of wine
dog.
in there.
She old as a motherfucker.
You know,
She
but
came from a time when it was probably normal to say that.
Though, remember when not too long ago, Quincy Jones came out with all this shit about the Beatles not being as great as people tell them to be, all kind of stuff. He was talking mad shit, and people blamed it on him being old. And I've been telling you guys that there's a new Netflix documentary about him, and he is sharp as a fucking tack.
Yeah.
There's nothing about him. If he said those things, if he truly said those things, it's because he meant those things.
Yeah.
And Bette Midler as well. You know, if she said that, I think it was an error in judgment. I think it was an error in in a literary sense. Like
Trey, are you saying that she got emotional?
Yes.
Oh, that's not good.
But it wasn't written well.
No.
It wasn't written well. I understand. I understand the purpose, but I think she probably should have swapped out the N word with black folks or or African Americans.
Right.
Well, don't get caught slipping in Wakanda, bitch, because
They're gonna eat your ass.
I got nothing else, man. But it's 10:03, so you guys any closing thoughts?
You guys watching Big Mouth?
Big Mouth?
Watch season 1, then watch
love
season 2.
Big
That's
Mouth.
just hilarious.
That's Nick Kroll.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I saw a post on that. Okay, watch fucking Big Mouth.
But watch season 1 though first, and then
No.
season 2 just came out.
Do whatever you want.
I'll watch it. Yeah.
I started watching Ozark.
Okay. How do you like it?
I didn't really start watching that. I just said that.
This guy.
I just wanted to get you hyped, but I'm gonna start watching
I'm
it.
still season 2 of Better Call Saul. It's good. I'm into it.
But the cool thing is that PJ is finally on the Insecure train. That's cool. He's
Oh,
at least
is that
watching
right?
it.
I am.
that's cool.
There's a lot of shows that I wouldn't.
How do you
be-
like it?
Yeah.
Do you-
Yeah, I like it a lot actually.
That's
yeah, it's
cool.
It's really cool. I like it.
I only started watching Insecure because of my girl. So
Yeah.
and
Anytime
then I
I come
got into
across
it.
black women, I always ask them, "Do you watch Insecure?" And if they say no, I'm like, "How is it?
It's totally
it's
contemporary.
for black
It's
women.
fucking totally contemporary.
it's Sex in the
But
City for
it's
black women.
for black women. Yeah,
it kind of
It's
is.
Specifically, it's only really for black women, and then there are things that may draw men in. You say,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
well, I can relate to that.
What
And
things?
What things? Usually, when her boyfriend. A
Yeah.
lot
I
of
see.
guys have jumped on that wagon.
Yeah,
of her
yeah.
boyfriend. I don't know why I can't think of his name right now.
Yeah.
She's Issa, and then he's
Daniel.
Okay, yes.
All right. Season 4 of Terrace House is out. Hot. I'm very happy.
Of what?
Terrace House.
Oh,
It's
Terrace
Japanese real world. Anyways,
Oh, okay.
I know you guys aren't into that. That's for.
I mean, I'm watching the Korean bed and breakfast. What's it called?
I stopped watching that.
Yeah.
The one where the celebrities come
Yeah,
for bed.
yeah.
I didn't like that one.
You know,
I started watching it. I was like,
I like the feel good aspect of it. I'm not gonna lie.
No. There is that. I just didn't. It was fun. You like feel good aspects? Start watching Terrace House.
Terrace House.
There's
okay.
3 like you know how they have like Real World Boston, Real
Right,
World.
right.
There's 3 of those out right now. This is season 4 of one block. of,
Okay.
so
okay.
Either one of you watch Ballers?
Yeah, I just started watching.
I didn't-
Ballers is really
Dude, I actually didn't think I was
good.
gonna like it, but
No, Ballers
I got
is
in
really
on that,
good.
and I was
Yeah.
like, oh,
It's with The Rock.
Yeah. It's on
really,
HBO,
really,
right?
really, really good. Yeah.
dude, yeah.
Well, I remember
Dwayne
speaking to
The
you
Rock
about
Johnson.
it, and you were saying that you didn't like because it's very similar to what's that old show that was about the entertainment industry?
Entourage?
Entourage, yeah.
It's pretty much Entourage, but dealing with the
Sports.
athletic or sports industry.
So this
I'm
was our
into it.
this was our Netflix recommendation hour at the end.
It's pretty good though, man. But yeah, I'm into it. So, but that's kind of it for me. I don't got shit else to say.
You got
Well,
anything
since
else,
that's
Trey?
it for you, I don't have anything else to say. You have anything else to say, P? Give the
Empathize
people-
with everybody. Be fucking nice to people, all right? Especially you white people out there.
Yeah.
If you have any dreams, live your dreams
Yeah.
to the fullest.
All right, y'all.
All right, everyone. Thanks
Till
for
the
listening.
next time.
Don't die with a bullet.
In your head.
Hey, hey,
Bye.
hey, hey,
Bye.
hey, hey,
Bye.
hey, hey,
Bye.
hey, hey.